Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Blind Wave Podcast.
Hello.
I'm
Hello.
Rick.
I'm Eric.
Hello. What? I'm Aaron. Are we doing that? I'm Aaron.
I don't think.
And our
We
powers
need-
combined
I'm
are
Calvin.
Blind Wave.
Who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who?
I introduced myself. Oh, okay. I didn't hear your name.
I did it so stream could hear, not so
Gotcha,
you could
gotcha.
hear.
It's Calvin.
All right, our powers combined
I'm
are Blind
Calvin
Wave.
now.
Hello.
If only I could also turn off his mic from this chair.
What?
Rude.
Nothing. Nothing.
Welcome.
Rude.
How's everybody doing?
Ah, good. Finally. It was a good day today.
You have a good day today?
I did have a good day today.
I also had a good day today.
It was a good day.
I'm excited
It's pretty good.
for the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out soon.
Yep.
I think we have a reaction to a Mortal Kombat.
We have a reaction to the first Mortal Kombat from 1995 on our Patreon right now. That will be coming to YouTube soon, but if you can't wait, and I have to, I'm being honest, I'm not overhyping it. You want to go watch it right now. But not before, until after the podcast. But oh, it was so fun.
It was good.
It
So
was
we
very
got really
fun.
hyped for Mortal Kombat.
did.
Indeed.
It was such a nostalgia trip.
Yeah,
Really?
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
It really is.
I haven't watched the Mortal Kombat. I haven't watched that. You know, Mario Brothers. Like some of those are like movies I watched back when I was younger, and like there's so much nostalgia in those movies. You know, so good. So yeah, no, that's a lot of fun. I'm excited for the new Mortal Kombat movie, which is only like a few weeks away.
Yep.
Very
Yes.
good.
Super excited for that.
As far as for the rest of my week, it's been pretty good. I had one occurrence where I'm doing more VR kind of stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, on my Oculus, the right controller has just stopped being found.
Oh yeah, it's not discovering it anymore.
No,
Got that
not at
Nintendo
all. I've
Switch
tried
drift.
batteries. I tried unpairing, repairing. I've tried. I got as far as formatting the entire VR system, and I still can't get it to recognize. So I've messaged Oculus to see, because I've only had it for like a month,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe a little longer than a month, to see if they'll do anything.
You bought it new.
I bought it new from GameStop. I also bought the warranty from GameStop there, where I could do that if I needed to, but I also don't want to waste that on a controller that I think I can buy individually if I need to anyway.
Yeah, that's
So-
the thing. Like, does the GameStop warranty only cover one replacement for one item? Like,
Well-
and then it's expended?
I think they'll cover the whole thing, but if they just do the one, yeah, if they just replace my controller,
Then it's
Like-
like
I'd rather use it for like if the whole VR headset stops working. You
Yeah.
know?
exactly.
So, anyway, I guess worst case scenario is I think I can buy the controllers separately.
Yeah.
So I could always just do that and
Hopefully,
buy
hopefully Oculus will take care of
just
you.
buy a right controller. So I'm waiting to see and hear back from them. I sent them information. They said they're going to double check any kind of troubleshooting I could do before having it be shipped. So
Did you email John Carmack?
Hmm?
Is he the one you emailed?
Mm-mm.
That's a shame.
I did not. I did not. But yeah, that was one of my things for the week, I think. We also
Yeah.
had Easter. So kids
Yeah.
hunted Easter eggs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Any
That's fun.
Any fun like?
I have any amazing stories with that. The one that was kind of fun was that they couldn't find they had 59 eggs that they found. Like, well, there must be 60 eggs. And they're looking around trying to find this last egg, and it took them like all day to find this last egg.
It's
It was-
5 dozen.
Yeah, there was one hidden, like, you know how the couches have like those little consoles that open up? Like,
It's hidden in a cup
it was
holder.
hidden inside the little console.
Nice.
It's like they just couldn't find it. So it took them like all day long trying to do it.
They used to send you on hunts for your birthday presents. I don't know if you remember any of those.
I vaguely remember doing that. I don't remember any of them, but I remember the idea was there. It's like a hint hunt to my birthday present.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Like the only part of one I can remember. Well, I had like a combination lock on something at one point, but I remember going into Borders and putting something in one of the books, and like you had to go and find
That sounds
it.
familiar.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but yeah.
What would
What?
you do if the book got bought?
Well, so I had gone there for like weeks, and I was like, this book is still here.
It's not going to get bought.
There's a lot of other books of this. Like, I'm gonna put this one sort of kind of in the back. And yeah, it was still there. So I did. I've been hint hunting for years, far before Blind Wave.
Well, we did that to our teacher.
Far
We
after.
did.
We made like these code/clue things that not only was it a code that she had to crack, it was then like a riddle that led her to a destination in the school that then gave her another code that was another riddle to another location. Like it was just like, solve this. Okay, what do these words mean? Solve this one. What do these words mean? And it would be like everything from like Pig Latin to just like ciphers
Yeah.
to all kinds of things.
I remember Aaron and I getting different like cipher books from the library
Yeah.
and stuff, trying to figure out new and interesting ways
What's
to
another code we can make?
annoy people, which continues to today.
And that teacher kept going with it.
Yeah,
Like Mrs. Vincent went until she solved it.
she did.
And then it led her to Mrs. Rice's room to where she said, here you go, your turn.
Nice.
And they were like, all right, guess we got to do it to Mrs. Rice now.
I think we gave her like a little gift basket or something.
Yeah, at the end of it.
Yeah.
It was like a thank you for playing.
Yep.
Here's an award. So that was fun. But yeah,
That's been fun.
been doing hint hunts. We like clues and codes, puzzles.
I'll tell you what's been real fun: getting to watch the Duke in Bridgerton.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's been a highlight of my life.
Oh yeah.
It really has.
I don't think I've ever been so like smitten with a character before,
Enamored.
Yes.
ever.
Look
Many
at this
people
man.
were shocked that that was the show we picked, but
I'm glad we can talk about it now.
yeah, I know.
Like
We've
the
been
first
sitting on
second
it for a while.
that Rick mentioned the Duke, I was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna spill it. He's
still
gonna,
have that-
he's gonna
I still
say it
have
on."
that too.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Like I never understood like people putting pictures of like other people up in their rooms. You know,
Yeah, like a poster.
Like-
yeah.
But now
Yeah.
you do.
Now I definitely get it.
yeah, I get it.
You get somebody get him some posters, man.
I need one.
But yeah, we started Bridgerton. When we started to do it, we were like, well, this is going to be really interesting because we've never done anything like this. And I was personally kind of shocked after the first couple of just how much fun I was having watching it with you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily, I don't feel like I'm the target audience, but I also feel like I am.
It's basically
because I was real in.
It's basically professional wrestling,
Yep.
but
What?
for girls.
He's
Okay. Okay. I guess.
And the
It's great.
commentator and everything, it's great.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the same.
it's exactly
I
the
don't,
same.
I don't know.
I can't think of one difference, and I'm an expert in at least one of them.
But yeah, if you have any doubts on like Bridgerton, why? Like watch the first episode. If you're not feeling it, watch our reaction. Then if you're not feeling it, you know, it may not be for you. But
Yeah.
a couple people have been like, I watched it. I thought it was good, but it was a million times watching it with you. Better watching it with you guys. So that's fun. That's the the joy of a reaction video. Sometimes a reaction is a mirror that you hold up and you say, "Oh, I remember when I felt that way." But sometimes it's like, this is better than the way I felt. It's a lot of fun. So check that out. The Duke. My week has been studying Star Wars. Let's face it. My last 2.5 months have been studying Star Wars.
I know you won't.
Yeah.
That's all you talk about.
I
Yep.
can't help it.
Just about.
Like every random conversation we
I know.
have just leads back to that.
I can't
like,
help it.
You
it's
know,
the same
that
way-
word that you just said sounds like a mnemonic device that
No,
I use to remember
it is.
this guy's
That
name.
happens.
And his family is this from this place, and he
Like,
flies this ship, and
Eric-
he shoots this gun.
Eric and I have been into Star Wars so much, and we always reference Star Wars all the time.
Always.
But
too
it's
much.
now it's to the extent of like
Especially-
Rick, to where like Rick will just loop something back around to wrestling in
Yep.
some way or fashion. Eric now does that with some kind of Star Wars trivia of
Yeah.
some sort.
To be fair, I always did that, but it has been ridiculous.
Like, I would just come out of the bathroom, whatever, and be like, "What you guys talking about?" It's like, "Oh, Aaron, well, you see, there's this one character." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, we're talking about Star Wars. Okay, I didn't know what we were doing."
Calvin and I were watching The Walking Dead 3 weeks ago or so, and in the intro, they were like, previously on The Walking Dead, and some character goes like, "This is your last chance." And I just, "Free
Join
us
us
or die."
yeah.
Well, Eric, people are pulling for you. I've got a
Yeah.
drawing here.
Oh,
drawing.
look at that.
Yeah, Eric the Knight Whiteley.
Quite a good beard on that drawing. That's amazing.
That
I love
is
it. Look at the
from-
little Obi. Oh,
Oh, I didn't notice Obi.
I'll bring it back up.
that's
but
fantastic.
Nice.
It's from Dora.
Dora, thank you, Dora.
All right,
Awesome.
good job.
That's on Twitter. I'll share it. Yeah, my first rookie match is airing tomorrow at 5 p.m. So it's gonna be premiere on YouTube, But what that means is that tomorrow, everyone's coming back here for the Pokemon randomizer from 3 to 5, right? We're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of chaos in the Pokemon because that's a highlight of my week every week, too.
The Pokemon Randomizer is so much fun.
So good. But then, right at 5, we are all going to migrate over to the YouTube live video, and we're going to watch the match. We also need to make sure, because Blind Wave fans came on real strong during the draft, we got to make sure, I love the passion and people coming out to support me. We got to make sure, too, that we're being respectful to the game, to the other players, and then we're not just coming in here and just, tearing shit down and leaving it destroyed, So make sure we come in respectful, root me on, and you're going to have a lot of fun with that match. And I'll probably be in the live chat, too. So come root me on tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Schmoe Entertainment Network. If you follow Blind Wave on Twitter or whatever, I'll make sure we tweet out the actual link so that people can
because it'll be through YouTube, right?
It'll be on YouTube. It's going to be a premiere, so you'll be able to watch the premiere live.
See, I feel like emoticons kind of do it. But in those chats, I miss, like in wrestling, when they would hold up the signs.
Yeah.
I need those in chat somehow.
Yeah, I get you.
That's like the emojis, but there's just some
Kinda.
emojis work, some don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
But
you
yeah,
need like an emoji that's like the night. And you can like put them up and trade them off and stuff, right?
Now, the way that normal matches work for the Schmoe, they are previously recorded and they air them. But live events are usually live, so. But yeah, I've already recorded it. No spoilers, but you want to check out that match. And then pretty soon, we're going to be starting a Star Wars tournament at the Schmoe, and I'm going against Thomas Harper, who has been, like, touted as the #1 rookie. Like, he went before me in the draft. He's the guy you got to beat. That's a new face in the Schmoe, so. I gotta go there and I gotta smash that face.
Smash that face.
Even though I am a face character.
Okay. Well.
So yeah, tomorrow at 5. Make sure you guys are there to support and be respectful.
Good stuff.
Yep.
You may see us drinking some
Milkshakes
today.
From
Yes.
Jeremiah's.
Don't really know why, but I do have a note. A treat for all your hard work from Cat Dog,
Oh,
Cat Dog, thank you.
a.k.a. Jeffrey Knapp.
Thank you. I like it.
I like it a lot.
It's delicious.
I think I was in either the Schmoe channel on our Discord or in the Star Wars one at some point in the last 2 weeks, and I just came in and said, studying for this has made me look at Star Wars in a different way, especially the Disney canon movies, because when those came out, I was already older. I had loved Star Wars for years, and every time something new came out or on a rewatch, you always have that thing in your head of like, how's this gonna go? Is this the right direction? Am I doubting this choice? Is that the right actor? And that's just your perspective, because this is how you absorb new things that are adding to something you already love. Mm-hmm. But there's none of that when you're studying for the Schmoe and watching the new movies. Like, there's none of that. It's just what is.
Sure.
Like, this just is Star Wars. And I found myself, like, appreciating it more. Like, it's not like, ooh, I doubt this decision. It's, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Learn that fact. Mm-hmm. And now when I think about it or just watch it casually or something, I don't have those, like, maybe I don't like that direction. Or, ooh, I like this part, but I don't like that part. Like, it's all just part of what...
Or I wish they would have done this instead of this.
It's, like, been added to how I thought about Star Wars before, Which is an interesting thing that I don't think I would have arrived at if I weren't just, like, looking at the cold, hard what is on screen, as opposed to my own ego or something saying, no, I know how to make movies better or tell a Star Wars story better than these professionals,
Sure.
So, it's been interesting.
Calvin, you have anything for the week?
No, I was just going to ask, like some of the most recent changes of the old ones. Like, have you watched them so many times now that they feel more right than before? Like McClunky, for example.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
McClunky is Huttese for "this will be the end of you." It's perfect. Why would he not say that?
No, it's great. But I just wondered, like, does it now not stand out anymore because you've been, like, rewatching them so much?
It's just another fact now. Like, I have a, I wrote a note in my flashcards that was just meant to be like, this is a funny note. I'll chuckle every time I go. It's like, who shot first, Han or Greedo? And the answer is neither. They fire simultaneously because in current
Canon. Yeah.
It's not, they switched it. It's not, weird, edit stuff. It's just they fire at the same time. And I'm like, ha ha ha, that's funny. I'll get a chuckle every time I go through, but now when I go through, I'm like, fire at the same time. So I've been doing that.
And they don't count they count what's on Disney Plus, right? They don't look at all the changes or anything that's gone over the time, whatnot, as far as canon or.
Yep.
There's been 3 different
trumps all. Ever since Disney they wiped away the ODU. Not wiped away. It's become Legends, but Legends is not considered canon.
Sure.
And while I'm like, but there's a lot of Legend stories I still like, so I'll keep a headcanon. I have a headcanon about certain things.
Sure.
Aaron and I talk about all the time. It's like, I like that part, but I wish they would have done this. Maybe I would have liked it more. But the more and more I study, the more and more I'm watching just to be like, this is Star Wars. This is Star Wars. I need to know Star Wars. I'm like, that's just it. So it's been pretty good. It's been fun. In terms of changes or differences, no, I don't think I notice them much anymore. I mean, a lot of my questions I've written for myself have to do with some of the changes. You know, I want to know what the name of the song was in the Jabba Sail Barge before it became Jedi Rocks. It used to be called Lapti Neck, and in Huttese that means fancy man, which I've always got a chuckle out of. But now we have Jedi Rocks, and because of Jedi Rocks, there's no longer 5 people playing some jazz music. There's 12 people, and it's who eat that? There's just so much more in that scene. Oh man, I gotta write. There's 12 characters I gotta write and remind myself of. And then do I bother trying to remember what their instruments are called?
Yeah.
Is that something you need to know? Or are you filling your mind?
I have it in my notes.
Or are you filling your mind with things that are never going to be asked for, but you're trying to keep them in your head?
Yeah.
Because for me, there's definitely a moment where for Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I still, when I watch the director's cut, I still am like, oh, this scene wasn't in the original because I watched the original so much as a kid. Mm-hmm. But Aliens, I've seen the director's cut of Aliens so much more than I've seen the theatrical Aliens that I don't notice them anymore.
I feel like I'm going to be that way for the Snyder cut eventually,
Sure.
Not to say that I've rewatched it because I don't have spare 4 hours, but moving forward, whenever those movies are going to have any kind of continuity, am I going to be like, wait a minute, that's not how it went. Oh, that was the Snyder cut, Because they're like, no, this one's canon. This is extra.
Sure.
Kind of feels like it should be the other way around.
Yeah, especially with what all they did with it and stuff, right?
Yep.
No, see, that's one of the things too. I've been watching some Inner Geekdom matches and stuff from them too, and I'm like, there is so much in there that I feel like there's just so much, and your brain can only remember so much stuff before it starts forgetting other things. So I'm like, where's that limit start of now I've hit that point where I don't remember anything or I remember all of it. It's just crazy. It'd be hard to do. Star Wars at least is just one specific type of subject.
Yeah.
Once you get past a certain point, you don't have to you have to worry about a bunch of other movies and stuff. It's just Star Wars. But even still, depending how deep you have to go.
But the tough part is it's not contained to just what's in the runtime, right? It's also meta stuff of actors and
there's some meta stuff where you go into the actors, producers, directors, but then there's also the meta side of things of well, this wasn't in it, but here's who this character was according to this novel or this the art books and stuff like that, right?
Generally for Inner Geekdom or the Greater Schmoedown, it's have you watched the movie? If you paid attention, you should be able to get it.
Sure.
Star Wars Division's not like that. There's only 12 movies, so it's you see this guy that appeared for 4 frames, he has a name.
What is it?
And you should know it, That's not the case in, the Marvel movies necessarily, But so you have to go a little bit deeper. But yeah, Inner Geekdom, and it's generally well, have you watched the movie? You need to know cast and maybe Oscar nomination, something like that, directors, but yeah, I mean, it's certainly not easier because there's so much more.
There's just so many. I think there's 200 and some movies in it.
Yeah.
Is that right? I
feel Inner Geekdom.
I feel like their list is around 200 movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty big now. Where it used to be a little bit more contained with Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
They have the swashbuckling, and they have the Planet of the Apes movies. They have all these time travel movies that.
Oh yeah.
There's so many things in there now. Where
dang,
there's a lot.
more movies get made, the more movies are going on the list too.
Yep.
It's true.
Calvin, did you have anything for the week? I don't
Nothing
think you got a
special.
chance to say anything yet.
No, not really. I've been waiting on a sink basin for a bathroom that I was wanting to change around, and it just recently came into stock at our local IKEA. So I ordered it for the store pickup thingy where they like just hand it to you basically, and you don't have to go all through the store and everything. So we did that Saturday, and then the next day we got a notification that a table that we were wanting to get came into stock too. So it was an early trip. And now we're gonna have to go back up there at some point to get the
You
table.
gotta go again.
Gotta be careful. You'll get everything but the kitchen
Yeah.
sink.
But it's a bathroom sink.
Damn it, Calvin. Just go with it.
You should have just went with it.
Fuck that up.
No, but that's about all.
Gotcha.
Pretty boring week.
I was upset a little bit because I've been doing my Pokemon Nuzlocke, and I had a last stream, like before this past Monday. The one before that, I was like, all right, I'm going to go in the Elite Four. And I'm finding a Pokemon. And I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be good. I'm going to use this one instead of this one. And I spent the whole stream leveling it up, getting it set up, trying to get things. And I spent half of this past Monday getting it set up, leveling up everything I wanted to do. And then approaching Elite Four stuff, trying to get the last few levels I needed and whatnot. I lost it.
No.
So then I had to just go back to the one I had before,
Son of a bitch.
finish leveling that one up, and then go into the Elite Four.
like a
So
wasted-
basically, I had a whole stream that I just wasted because I was trying to prepare and I lost it. I'm like, damn it! I can't believe it. It was awful, and it was because I saw one Pokemon and I was like, okay, that's this type and this type, and then it did another type move. I'm like, how the hell does it have that? And I was talking about it later on, like, Aaron, that Pokemon is this and this.
Yep.
And there's two different like fish Pokemon that are like, to me, they're both kind of like yellow and blue.
Yeah.
And I just saw one and I'm like, he's this typing. And that's the other one. And I fucked up and
Damn.
lost a Pokemon. And
That sucks.
I did go into the Elite Four. I have progressed some, but I still have, I beat 3 of them and I have 2 more for next stream. So I'm starting off on the last of the Elite Four and then I have the champion to beat. And then I'm going into the post game that everyone said that they were wanting me to do called like Delta Episode or something. That's supposed to be pretty good. So,
I mean, that's the point of a Nuzlocke, though. You want that to be that heartbreak because that makes the game difficult.
terrible.
It does.
It's so
That's why
sad.
people watch.
Yep.
So, but yeah, no, I'll be starting up my stream. I'll have my chat, and I'll be going straight into the last of the Elite Four, and then battling the champion. And hopefully, my team's prepared and good to go. I've had a few worries at a few points in the Elite Four, but for the most part, like, I have one Pokemon that usually can take hits. I'm just worried, like, if it comes across like Korra is my Swampert, and it's ground and water, so it doesn't have to worry about electricity, but it has to really worry about grass. So if I come across some kind of grass Pokemon, like, if I need to transfer or roll into Korra, which I usually do because she's kind of bulky, it's going to be rough because that's going to be a super effective, really bad time. And I'm like, there's certain Pokemon that could be a problem. Hopefully not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yes.
You feeling confident though for the final battle?
Like I said, my biggest thing is, like, I think I could start losing Pokemon, and I think Korra could kind of pull through for me. But if she comes across something that she can't take, like, that's my last fallback too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else, like,
So what do you do?
I have
lose.
potions.
You just lose.
Well, I mean,
Well,
you can spend time and make new Pokemon.
If I end up, because what I'm worried about happening is, like, what I usually do, and I've been trying not to use Korra because, like, she is a little over leveled compared to some of the other stuff. But if she comes across something that's, like, just going to be type effective against her, and I don't have my other answers because I've lost them, then I'll lose. But if I lose all of them, and I'm worried about a snowball effect, like, all right, here's this Pokemon. It's going to be really good against water, right? Because it's electric. But if I lose that, who do I have after that? And
Who do you have that's effective against electric?
and who do I have now to take on? Well, to take on the water Pokemon, right? Like, if I have my Electrode and I lose my Electrode, who do I use against these water type Pokemon? And then it's like, okay, now I'm struggling maybe a little bit more, and I'm just losing more Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I only get to go through once, so I can't beat 3 of them and then go back, swap out the ones I've lost, and go in again with 6 more Pokemon. So I'm worried there'll just be a snowball effect of, like, oh no, I've lost these 2. against the Elite Four's 4th member. Now I only have 4 Pokemon against the champion. Will those 4 be able to cover what I need to against the champion? And if not, and I lose, I have to start all over on all 4.
Yeah.
Which means I have to
With
go
fresh
back
Pokemon.
and find in my PC box who I have, get them all leveled up and ready to go, and then attempt it again with the Pokemon that I didn't think were good enough the first time. You know what I mean? Like that's the downfall of it. Is like whoever I don't have with me now, I didn't think was good enough, or they're legendaries, which I tossed them in my PC box because I'm like, well, I'm not going to use them right now.
Are there any like level caps or anything?
I mean, I hadn't said anything with this,
Like,
but it'd be
could
my
you
first
just,
Nuzlocke.
like, all right, I'm just gonna go grind for a whole stream and
You
then
could,
go in
and
next
some people
stream.
do that. Some people
Yeah.
will just like a lot of Nuzlocks, like, and what they turn into is like, well, as long as you grind enough and you're far enough ahead, all your Pokemon will be fine.
Yeah.
Your type effectiveness and everything, you'll be good. I've been trying not to do that, though. Cora is the one Pokemon I've had the entire time.
Yeah.
So she has like, I don't know, 8 to 10 levels on like everyone else on my team. So
Tends to be my strategy.
sure, yeah. I've been trying to use other ones and stuff and rotate them around, but I have. I caught the Lugia. I caught a Latios or a Latias. I forget which one it was. So I have them too. If I wanted them to be
Yeah.
used
What's
or
the difference?
anything. One's a male, one's a female.
Oh. Does it follow like Spanish rules?
Oh, for the naming?
Yeah.
Man,
I think
maybe.
So I
Like
have a
one is the
Latios and
masculine,
female.
one is the
It's-
feminine.
Yeah, like Latios is the boy, Latias is like the girl, but
Yeah, Latios I
don't
have
know
on my
the-
team in the randomizer. The
Okay.
blue one.
yeah. So I have them. I could use if
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I don't want to lose my Spiritomb because it's so good. It's really good. The only thing it's worried about is Fairy.
Sure.
So if I lose it, that's like my ghost dark type that I need to keep because I don't have any ghosts. And one of my beat was like an all ghost team. And then one of the ice people had ghosts on their team. So I've used it a lot. But I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time like rotating around with like hail and confusions and like healing. So I'm like, I'm gonna swap this one in, then I'm gonna heal this one over here while it takes a hit. Then I'm gonna swap this one back in, and I'm gonna heal this one, and then I'm gonna do this and hit them with this move, and then I get confused and I hit myself. I'm like, shit, better heal it again. You know, I'm just like, it's constantly just me throwing out potions and stuff, trying to make sure my people don't die because I don't want to lose anybody because I don't know what's coming ahead.
Sure.
See, my strategies, especially when I used to play like Gen 1, Gen 2 back in the day, is you'd have to have your HM slave.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have all my regular Pokemon I used to battle. I have my HM slave. Whenever things would get dire, I would bring my HM slave out, and he's going to tank some hits while I just revive and use items and get my other guys back up to speed, you know? I would usually do that. But then the rule is, especially for the last trainer, the champion, my starter Pokemon has to beat his last Pokemon. That's the rule, because we've been in this adventure the whole time together. I would never get rid of my starter Pokemon. So, like, my Charizard beats his final
See,
evolution.
in this one, I don't even know who necessarily the champion person is going to be,
Yeah.
and if they even have the opposite of my Pokemon.
Sure.
So
yeah.
it might be that, but no, I get you there. But usually there too, like especially like red and blue, like you're
Yeah.
going against a type disadvantage,
Yeah.
right? But you're like, I gotta do this.
It's always felt dirty, like getting rid of my starter. You know? It's like if Ash just put Pikachu in the Bill's PC. That's bullshit. You know? Can't do that.
Like I did in Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I was playing Pokemon Yellow and we got mad. I put Pikachu in the PC because I found someone else. I'm gonna use this guy. I'm like, why?
bullshit, man. He follows
I'm
it.
like, I'll bring him back. He'll follow me later. He doesn't follow you after that.
no,
Like, he only
doesn't.
he only
put him
follows.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, I'll use someone else.
As it should be.
Disgusting.
So, but no, that's been going on between Mondays with that. Like that's stressful. The other one on Fridays is just kind of like I just have fun. I'm just like looking around, seeing what I can find, like enjoying when Eric finds
Sure,
his
it's
legendary and fails to catch it, and it's
You have
fun.
like
fun.
a whole team of legendaries.
Not a whole
Some
team.
waiting
I look forward to
I
it.
do
in your
every week.
box.
I do have some.
I finally caught a decent one.
I love that in my PC box are the Pokemon that you guys are using that are your best.
Yep.
But I'm like, they're not good enough.
I don't even have the best Pokemon that you're like not even bothering using. Like your Muse, I don't have shit like that.
I know, like Metagross, you and Rick are using, but it's
Yeah.
just in my PC box because he's not good enough right now.
He's carrying my team.
I know.
Even though he was like 7 levels lower than the rest, he just stomped.
He's pretty good. He's a good Pokemon. But
Mew 1, Mew 2, an actual Mewtwo.
the one I caught, I was like, oh man, I better get this. But then the other one, he's just sitting in a Pokeball. I'm like, what do I want, an Executor or a Mew? It seems silly to choose Executor over the Mew. I better take Mew.
I'm pretty happy with my team. I might, if like for a final team, maybe switch out Tyranitar just because he's not a dragon, though he looks like one. I don't know.
No, yeah.
I know Stir Fried. He does.
He's good though.
Cheats.
He is good.
I'm not cheating.
But he's also
done
my
nothing.
HM slave right now.
I've done exactly what, whatever. We got emulators. I opened one, played that one. That's what I did.
He's right.
I didn't
Played
mess
that
with it or
one.
anything.
And you saw how good the odds are in the Pokemon in the first zone.
Dude, I
And you
was-
decided to play that one on stream.
I'll be honest. Whenever I open it up and I'm like, man, these are my starters, and I'm like, I'll go with this one, I guess, because it's grass and water, and that seems like a good typing to have for whatever's coming ahead. And then you guys are like, oh damn, I had this one, or like, someone fucking had you had like the Bagon, I think it was, as like your starter.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, shit, you know. I'm like,
Yeah. And
all
then I
right,
just caught Solomons and switched him out.
yeah. And then mine only had Astonish and was doing terrible. I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah.
And then I got an Omastar. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna use this guy. Fuck my Lotad. I'll use this guy instead.
Yeah.
And then I just kept finding better things, and I'm like, yes.
My luck ran out on my starter.
Your luck ran out whenever you found that Registeel, and your game was like, fuck this, I'm out, and it crashed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that too.
But no. Having fun with that. Been fun.
Nice. Yeah, I beat Astro's Playroom this past Saturday. It was a nice nostalgia trip. Fun little pack-in platformer. Enjoyed. Not sure what I'm going to play next. I'm going to try to run a poll
Okay.
on Twitter or somewhere to
Polls
try
are
and
fun.
see what people think.
I saw you tweet about
Should be.
Nier.
I did.
Nier? I don't know how you
Yeah.
say
Nier.
it. N-I-E-R?
Yeah, Nier Automata.
Something like that.
is
I think there's
the
like a
game
few different
series,
ones,
I
right?
think.
It reminds me of Fate in that there's a lot of
Not
debate
bad.
as to where you should start.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
And someone's like, Crisis Core.
yeah, Crisis Core is going to be on the poll, definitely. Because I definitely want to play it before Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 comes out. But I think I still have probably another year before that comes out.
Really?
Maybe. Hasn't been announced, but I imagine it'll be a little bit.
So do you already have in your mind what's going to be on the poll, or are you still kind of building it?
Well, I don't know how many options can go on a poll. I have a lot of options.
Are you doing it on Twitter?
I think that's where it'll be.
I think
If you do it on
it's
Twitter, I
limited
think it's
to
5, right?
5 or 6.
I'm going to say 5. 5.
I won't be
5.
streaming this Saturday,
I'm not going to look it up. Someone's going to tell me in chat.
but I will come back next time. I was thinking one of the Niers, Undertale, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, Ghost of Tsushima, Super Metroid, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Berserk Band of the Hawk.
You do Sekiro, people are going to... That's going to give people their Dark Souls, like...
Same
Their
with
hit.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, like
Right.
yeah, that gets them
Yeah.
their hit of Dark Souls while they're waiting for me to get to Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Because people are like, "When are you doing Dark Souls 2?"
I mean,
I was
Bloodborne
like,
is on that as well.
It's on my list.
But those are
Oh,
all
Bloodborne, yeah, that one too. Yeah.
like games that I have not played, but are very highly regarded. So
So you said
that aren't forever either.
Nier, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Super Metroid,
Undertale,
Undertale.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I've heard a lot about Undertale as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I actually started that game, and then I never.
Undertale.
Yeah, I played
You
it during
never
like
finished
a.
it?
I think I played it during one of my 24-hour streams, like way back when, and I did it during like an hour or two just to try it out, see how it was. It's pretty interesting. It's a neat game. There's apparently like you can play that game aggressive or passive,
Yeah.
which is interesting because not a lot of games usually do that. Just like you have a boss, you got to beat it.
Yeah. Especially not like JRPGs.
Yeah.
Because that has like turn-based combat stuff, right? There's not usually a lot of like hug. Oh, maybe I should add Disco Elysium to that list too. That might be a little too long, but maybe it won't be.
Isn't that the one I asked and you were like, Aaron, I don't know how long it would be.
Yeah.
It could be several streams.
I need to look that up. But the like director's cut or whatever just came out on that, which has full voice acting. Like it had some
Oh,
voice acting before,
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
heard you guys talking about that.
but now it has full voice acting. And it seems like it's the kind of game that's right up my alley. That's supposed to have.
You
just
know what
some
other game has full voice acting?
Absolutely amazing writing.
Ghost of Tsushima.
It's on the list, Calvin. It's on the list.
I'm just talking it up.
But I also want to like.
So good.
Well, Rick, it looks like if I try to make one on Twitter, you get 4 choices.
Damn, I might have to make multiple. There might have to be like a bracket.
A bracket?
Yeah.
This one versus this one. This
Yeah.
one versus this one. But you need to like roll a die and pick which ones.
Maybe.
So you just have like 4 polls going at once, and then 2 polls going, like to narrow it down.
Because like I really want to play Ghost of Tsushima, but I also like exposing our audience to different games as well?
Sure.
Because like they've already seen Ghost of Tsushima,
Sure.
a lot of them probably.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like when Eric was playing Fallen Order. Like I decided to play Fallen Order because I'm like, well, he's already playing Fallen
Yeah.
Order. I don't want to play it now, but I also don't want to wait. So I'm gonna go play it.
Yeah.
Like none of you guys are going to stream sweary games, so I have to show the world.
I am not. You're right.
Probably not. Yeah.
You should though, because they're great.
So yeah, I think the bracket idea might not be too bad, Rick.
That could be fun.
That might be the best way to go about it. That way too, you're getting like the best of the best, right? So if
Yeah.
you pit this one against just this one, which one do you say wins? And
Sure.
then you just narrow it down from there. So maybe you have like Bloodborne versus Sekiro because they're both kind of similar in game type, right?
Right.
So you put those like which one out of these two would you want? And I think that's kind of fair. And then you get that one against like Super Metroid, and then it's like which one do you want out of those two? You know?
Definitely.
So that sounds cool.
And yeah, the other thing too, I could play Ghost of Tsushima in English as well. 'Cause
Oh,
that-
yeah.
I imagine that's a pretty different experience than
Probably,
what Calvin
yeah.
went through.
You could also, if you did a poll on the YouTube community post, you can get up to 5 options.
Ooh, one more.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do the vote through YouTube.
Yeah, maybe.
that might be a little bigger of an audience.
Might
Sure.
be.
Yeah,
And I get people all the time being like, I didn't know you guys had a Twitch.
yeah.
Like, how didn't you know? There's
That could be
YouTube
fun.
videos all the time pointing towards it and
So
stuff.
I'll have to come up with like an even number, like an 8 or a 16 or
You
something.
know, Rick,
Yeah.
I played Ghost of Tsushima on PS4. You would be playing it on PS5.
I'd
That's
also
a
be
whole
using-
different experience.
I'd also be using Lock-On.
Ooh, there you go. I want to watch Rick's Fallen Order experience. Put that on the list, Rick.
Well, yeah, I guess I
let's
could.
see you do some locking on there. Yes.
I'll put it on my list.
yes.
Ooh, okay. You could do a public post on Patreon, and that gives you, I think, up to 20?
Now we need a bracket now, Eric. I'm sold on the bracket.
Hold
Every
on.
day a
I'm
new
still
bracket.
It's your
Expanding.
stream.
I'm sold on it though. It's such a good idea.
I like brackets and I like tier lists.
Like you do that, and then you have like you could have like 4 days where like here's the polls.
Rick, look
and
how
the
many
next day
options
here's
I'm
these
opening.
polls. The next day here's these polls, and then here's this one.
1, 2,
That's a number of them.
That's a lot. You can do 20, I think, on Patreon, right? Isn't that the limit?
No matter what Rick plays,
25.
he'll still get lost. I could
25?
play Time
You
Crisis.
can do 25.
Dang.
Time Crisis.
Just something that's on rails,
I guess you
where I
wouldn't get lost
literally
there.
couldn't get lost.
Sure. You could try that, Rick.
Typing of the Dead.
Dude, Typing of the Dead. We should play that during Halloween, like during
you-
October.
You and I need to do co-op on that, but it also like keeps track of your scores.
Sure.
We need to see which method is better.
During Halloween, we do a race. Or we could also do co-op, where it's like 2 versus 2.
We could.
Like it's me and Calvin Typing of the Dead versus you two Typing of the Dead, and see how we do. Calvin,
be
can you
fun.
type?
I can type okay.
Good, I get him. And then it's Rick who types like this.
Hey, he can type really fast, though.
He does, but
Give
he
him
types,
credit.
It's so crazy. He types almost fast as me, but he's like, I don't understand.
When October comes around, though, we'll have to figure it out to where we can have keyboard cameras too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because we need face cams, but we also, I feel like, need to have keyboard cams in order for it to work.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
We just
Alright.
we just attach
figure
a
that out.
small mirror to the bottom of the camera that reflects.
Put a mirror back here, like the bus driver would look up, you know. Like, put a mirror like right back here.
You fucking kid, sit
It
down.
hits it. That'd be funny.
Dude, speaking of bus driver,
Yeah.
like for some reason this week, I watched Speed,
Oh,
Nice.
and it's been so long since I watched it, and it's a pretty fun movie.
It's great.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched it in a long
man.
time. Sorry, you just said bus driver. That's what
Have you,
I thought
seen,
of.
have you seen Speed 2? That's the one I go back to.
I have, but not for a very long time.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Cruise
No.
control or
Yeah.
something?
yeah.
It's
I
like on
think
the-
I've seen
I mean,
it.
Sandra Bullock's in it.
Yeah.
But Keanu Reeves is not.
No.
No, I
Keanu
can't
Reeves is doing other things.
do it. I doubt Dennis Hopper's in it.
No, Halle Berry was almost the role of that Sandra Bullock was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
In-
she turned it down
In Speed 1?
in the first Speed.
Well, I'm glad those two actors were united in another franchise that I dearly love.
Sure.
John Wick.
Yeah. Play Valheim. I've seen my kids play Valheim. I haven't played it yet.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
It's one of those games that
It's a
Rick wouldn't
survival
like
game.
because it's a survival. You build stuff and you live.
Oh, okay.
I would enjoy playing that
It's
with you guys.
It's in the
I
vein
think.
of like Forest or Grounded or something like those. So like I would play it. I think it looks fun. Also,
Yeah.
speaking of Grounded, they've added some more shit to that. It's at .80. or whatever now
Yeah.
of like updates. So
I think when we played, it was like 0.34 or something like that.
It might have been that far. It was fairly new when we were playing
It
it,
was
but they added
pretty
more
new.
stuff. There's like swimming and stuff you can do in it
It was
now.
real
Oh,
rough
yeah?
when we played it because
Yeah.
we were just crashing all the time.
Yeah. So I was
was
like,
pretty-
oh man, that's kind of cool. I was looking at
No
it.
pun
the other day.
intended, but it was pretty buggy.
A little bit.
You said no pun. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Dang it.
So
No, Rick
Yeah.
doesn't like Minecraft either.
Nope. I do not. I do not.
Even though it'd be fun.
I've never played Minecraft.
I think we should play Minecraft. I'd probably play Minecraft over Valheim, but I've never played Valheim, so that's very uninformed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like a Minecraft adventure mode or
Jesus.
something.
Eric just sneezed his phone out of his
Lord.
face.
I did. I dropped it.
But it was like a magic trick.
He sneezed, and I just saw his phone go boom.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
But yeah, so we'll there'll be some discussion on that, and there will be polls somewhere from Rick on what game he's gonna be playing next. So.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not gonna stream Saturday. I don't know if anyone is.
I don't think so.
All right.
No one is streaming Saturday.
No stream Saturday then. But yeah, next Saturday I'll be back once we know what the winner of the poll is.
So make sure you guys keep an eye. It may be on Twitter or on a YouTube community post. It's probably the two likeliest of options.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Mostly. All right. Anyone else got anything else?
Nope.
All right. I guess that's the end of the podcast.
I don't think so.
That's a short one this week.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Bonk.
All right. What else we got, Rick?
Rick, what do we got, Rick?
What do we got?
What do we got, Rick?
Do we have
I mean-
anything in podcast suggestions?
We have questions.
Ooh, let's do some of those.
This
There
is
are several questions, such as, have you thought about playing Valheim? Which I've already answered.
it's true. Eric, who portrayed Jabba the Hutt in the deleted scene in Episode 4, New Hope, before the puppet?
I don't know.
I don't know who that guy was.
Bill.
It's not canon, so
I could pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah, me too. I'm not allowed to answer trivia questions right now.
Oh.
I don't need to. I need to not make sure.
You need to make sure that you're
I need to have
not.
a good sentence
Yeah.
form before I speak.
Sentence structures.
I need to not show what I know and what I don't know. So the answer is, I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, what was the thing that, like, it was Tuesday or something, we started talking about? I was like, stop! We must talk about this on the podcast.
God.
Oh, it was.
And I was like, someone write it down.
No, it was the fact that they're producing technology to see how many people are in a room and sell tickets to a at-home movie release.
Ah, the new venue.
Yeah, the
venue
venue
thing, right?
Yeah.
That was an interesting idea, right? Like, who was it that was making that, Eric? Do you remember?
Who was what?
I think it was you who brought it up.
Yeah, so Venue is a new streaming platform that it's actually a device. You put it in your home, and it will actually look at and detect how many people are watching said device. So let's say it's just you. You're on your couch. You buy a ticket for the new Godzilla vs. Kong movie. It charges you one ticket, even though that comes with a subscription. Just go with me. But if there's 2 people there, it charges you the price of 2 tickets. If there's 14 people there, it charges you the price of 14 tickets.
Yeah.
Now, what if
Which
you
it-
cover
you
up
know.
your camera?
Yeah. So
There's nobody
yeah.
in the room.
Well, yeah.
No,
It would probably pause the movie, right?
I don't know how it works, yeah, but it's an interesting idea. Like,
I
I get
remember-
what they're going for because it's the idea like Disney has, right? Like, well, how do we sell this movie that we made for theaters, but now we're doing it in homes?
How do we
But
get as
how do
many
you,
people
How do you measure how many people
charged?
are watching it? You know, you don't want to. People complain about like, well, it's just me at home. I don't want to
Yeah.
pay $30 because this would only cost me $10 at the movie theater or something, right?
Yeah.
True.
But I got to pay $30.
Well, it's
And,
the
I mean,
kind
this
of
is
balance
us-
that they tried to do when charging, like, a family, like, $35 for one viewing. And that kind of covers, how many tickets, how many kids, and concessions and stuff like that. That's probably how much money they would make on average.
Also, like, I just have to grant that this thing isn't, video recording and listening for advertising stuff and, taking information stuff, which it undoubtedly would. That's how they make their money. But granting it doesn't do that, I still think it's just a stupid idea,
Yeah, I
Who's
remember
going to
back,
buy that? No one.
Like when Kinect was first coming out, Microsoft trademarked or copyrighted like a similar sort of technology.
Yeah.
So like the idea has been around for a long time,
Gotcha.
but
But
Yeah, I
It
don't know.
seems very insidious.
It's
But I mean, the thing I brought up is like, okay, what if I often will be watching something and Jancy is on her phone, on the couch beside me. Do I get charged twice? She's not watching it. She's just sitting on the couch.
yeah.
That happens all the time. You think that she's watched Star Wars 30 times in a row? No, she's just hanging out.
Yeah.
Does she get charged? Can I trick it and say no? She's not looking at it. And Jancy at one point looks up. Huh? What is it? And now we suddenly get charged?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Like I said too, like if it's like for a movie theater, if she goes to the theater in the movie theater, even though she didn't care about the movie,
Yeah.
you still got to buy the ticket and stuff too. I imagine this is only going to be a big deal for like, they're looking at it for like live showings or like brand new theatrical kind of releases or something like that. Like you could do a virtual concert, right?
yeah.
Like they've been doing some virtual concerts and stuff. That's been a thing with like Pokemon did one, Fortnite's been doing them, where it's like a performance and stuff. But you could have that where it's like, hey, come to the concert, you watch it virtually, you pay for everyone who's watching the concert. It's not something where it's like you watching Star Wars on Disney Plus, you just have it on. It's not like it's a live show right now that just went to theaters or anything where it's like limited.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So
is it better?
like I don't imagine she's doing that her first time watching Star Wars.
Yeah,
You know?
true.
So I don't know.
But then I come back with this. You're a conjoined twin. Okay? You literally can't not be there. One person really wants to watch something, the other person doesn't want to watch it. Now, even aside from the venue thing, going to the theater, do you think that you can go and be like, hey, only they are going to watch it, the other person has headphones and is not going to
And
watch
like a
it 'cause they
blindfold.
don't, they hate Tom Cruise or something?
Fucking
But
idiots,
this
yeah.
other person likes Tom Cruise. Do they only get charged one, or do they have to pay two?
Now the thing about that
What?
is
If
that
you go to the
there's
theater?
a limited number of
If we
physical
go to the theater
space,
and Calvin isn't like
right?
Tom Cruise, he still has to pay to watch Tom Cruise, right?
But what if he's
And I
stuck
hate
to
it.
me?
I hate that I have to
That's
pay.
what I'm saying.
But
We're
he's
conjoined.
not.
No, but if give me the theory.
So I gotta give you that he hates Tom Cruise and he's stuck to you.
He doesn't want to see the movie, but he's gracious enough for me to take our body to go see Tom Cruise.
Maybe what if you gotta put him like in a tent?
That's what I said. Headphones and maybe like horse blinders or something.
Okay, but only 2 trays of nachos.
I feel like as long as
Yeah, our butt's getting too fat.
as long as you take one seat,
Yeah.
I feel like you get charged once.
I mean, they're conjoined twins that like they have 2 butts.
If that's the case and it's 2 seats, then I think you would get charged 2 seats.
There's also conjoined twins that
I think
start
discrimination.
at the torso.
That's like an airplane,
I think
right?
I would be rich because I'm gonna sue these people.
That would be like airplanes. Like
Get
if
all
you
the
have to take
popcorn.
up 2 seats in an airplane, then
Yeah.
you have to pay for 2 seats.
Has there ever been a
look it up.
like someone is so fat for a movie theater that they have to buy 2 tickets?
I wouldn't
Well,
know.
Does that only
I
happen
don't-
on planes?
I haven't heard of that one so much as I have like planes.
On planes, yeah.
Where
Well,
it's like
the thing about movie theaters is you can take your wheelchair and park it in front of the front row, and that's a spot big enough for however big you are.
Sure.
On airplanes, they have a set size for a seat.
Man, I just typed in Google "do conjoined twins" and then just let the autofill go in, and then just some dark stuff people are searching for.
I'm curious now.
Do they share thoughts?
Vesper asked a good question. If you had to be conjoined to a member of the crew, who would you pick?
Not Rick.
Damn it.
Well, no, I would be Rick because I think I have a pretty good sense of time and direction,
He's married to my sister.
so he'd never be lost again. Oh yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
I don't know. I don't know which one of you I'd pick. I'm not sure.
Ooh,
There's positives and negatives.
I
with
would
both.
probably pick you, just because I would try and help even out your bitter side.
See, now I'm
I would make
thinking-
you pet Obi.
That was a
occasionally.
conversation that Rick and I had one time where it's like, Aaron, we need to work and help each other. Where like, you help make me mad more, and I'll help make you mad less. I was like, maybe if we're conjoined, maybe that's what happens. Maybe we can like balance out that kind of side of things,
I wouldn't want Eric because he smokes.
Haha. We gotta share our
sense.
lungs. They must be safe.
I don't have to share lungs. Rick,
Well,
you don't think that I wouldn't just not smoke? I'm that inconsiderate.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
Do
Aaron also
conjoined
hates
twins
spoons.
pay taxes?
Like individually or like?
Yeah, interesting. They are literally dependent, but on each other.
Do they have 2 social security numbers?
I don't know. They have to, right? I don't
Which
know.
one's
We need to
head
get
of
someone on the
household?
podcast.
This isn't offensive talking about this, is it?
I hope not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, there are some different questions on here though.
Okay, sorry. Venue, no.
venue bad.
Venue bad.
IMO.
There's definitely some things they could do differently. I don't know what. I don't know where they're going with it.
Well,
see.
yeah. Like, my knee-jerk reaction is it's bad. But, like, if they charge $30 for Mulan, or they charge $10 per person for Mulan, like, that could be better for the consumer.
It could
Yeah.
be better for the consumer from a like price for entertainment standpoint, but I don't like how they keep trying to put like microphones and cameras in your house.
You already
and-
carry one with you all over the place.
I
Calvin.
know,
There's
but
no.
they want it everywhere. They want to listen to your kids when you're not at home. Like, I don't know. It gives me a dirty feel.
My kids have tablets. They're already listening to them if they're listening to them. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. Is like people are like they're chipping us, and how many people carry a cell phone around
I'm
with
not
them
saying they're
everywhere they
chipping
go?
us,
You know,
but-
like that kind of thing is like, well, they're all. If anyone's listening to me and I'm talking about needing new toilet paper, and then I hop on Facebook and the first ad I see is buy this toilet paper, brand new, made of cotton, or whatever they make it out of. You know, like
You ever bought toilet paper online?
no.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just like you ever had that happen where like you're talking about something or you're doing whatever, and then all of a sudden the next ad you see is exactly what you were just like talking
Yeah.
about or
Yeah.
something. I was like, what the hell?
Did you see Vizio right here?
Ah, I do.
Whoa.
So I mean, the spying aspect of things, like I've already got webcam on my computer. I've already got I got that stuff all over the place already. If they're spying
Yeah.
on me, they're seeing things that they don't want to see anyway.
You ever
so.
see that picture of Mark Zuckerberg with his laptop and he just has like a piece of tape over his camera? People are like, "What you got that for?" He's like, "People, because I know people look." Jesus, okay. Well, if anyone knows, I suppose it's him.
It's probably Mark Zuckerberg, the
Yeah.
guy who's making Facebook, who's looking at people so he can sell ads. So, but I don't know. I'm at least like the idea that they're trying to find a solution, if that's what it's supposed to be for, is someone wanting to watch this movie not having to pay for a family to go watch the movie. You know,
Yeah.
like if it's just Eric at home and you wanted to watch Mulan or
Yeah.
whatever it is, instead of paying $30 for you could pay $8 or something. You know, like something along those lines.
If a conjoined twin
Oh, what? I thought we passed
kills
this.
someone and is sentenced to jail, does the other one have to go?
How would it not?
But that's not fair.
Why didn't they stop them? They are complicit.
They're an accomplice.
They are.
You're right. No, that's not true.
Well, they didn't stop them. Why didn't they stop them?
They could have
They
tried.
couldn't see.
Because he held him at gunpoint.
They had they had the gun behind their back.
Did the other twin hold the other twin at gunpoint? We're gonna go kill this guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the justice system is ready for this. I'm just saying. What do you think?
I mean, we need to
What
ask.
if they had the death sentence?
We need to ask Legal Eagle.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the only way to be sure.
Maybe.
I'm sorry that it came to me and I was like, I have to.
Maybe they like knocked him out, right?
Yeah.
And then they're just carrying them around, and then they're just,
know. Yeah.
and then they left,
Yeah.
and then like now they're tried, and they're like, I was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Like
like,
that's not fair.
well, can you? I mean, what happens if he gets the death penalty? And the other one's like, I didn't do it.
That's,
What did it do?
It's not good.
That'd be awful. I don't know what the solution is there. You know, I guess life in prison.
They don't automatically. Like one of them will eventually pass away before the other, right?
I don't
I
think they
would've-
die together.
I mean,
Yeah.
depends how.
Well, I guess like how are their organs, right?
I don't know.
It depends how interlaced their
Yeah. Like
organs and stuff
if
are.
one has a heart attack and they only have one heart, then yeah, I guess they both die, right? But what if one has a heart attack and they have two hearts? Can the one heart sustain two?
I feel like no matter how it happens, it is incredibly tragic.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
The jail one is more fun.
Then the heart attack one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm just saying, like either way, it's bullshit. Like I have to go to jail. I didn't do anything, you know, or like.
So like you're conjoined with Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin kills somebody, and you're like, I didn't do it. But what were
Yeah.
you doing when he killed someone?
Exactly. But I mean, that doesn't mean that he's responsible.
Yeah, like if I'm.
But if you were just
What if one controls like the legs and one arm, and the other one controls one arm? He's trying to stop it, but this one can move, and then he gets the shot off. But like that guy doesn't deserve to go to jail.
because he was trying to stop him.
But on the flip side, that doesn't mean you just get out of free jail card because you got a conjoined twin. You just go on a murder spree and they can't do anything about it. You know?
Yeah,
This is
diplomatic
a
immunity.
paradox. Yeah, Legal Eagle we need to contact him.
We need to. This is the subject that we're going to do a collab with Legal Eagle
that'd be
on.
great.
Well, my work is we need to make a movie, and then Legal Eagle needs to watch it and talk about like what happened.
Yeah, that's what we need
if it's
to do.
accurate or not. I just don't
What
know.
if one they have different tax IDs because they paid taxes? One of them commits tax fraud, has to go to jail. The other one didn't know. He wasn't looking at his paper, you know?
He wasn't looking at his
Yeah,
paper.
it's completely not
Was
completely.
he
at all.
looking at the other
Yeah.
his own paper?
Yeah. No, the other's paper.
Well, that just goes down to, do they share, like,
I looked it up.
like a
They
tax
have
ID?
different- depending on, but the one example they had here, they had 2 different tax IDs, different driver's licenses, all that stuff.
All that stuff. So they can
That's-
each drive?
Wait, what if one is intoxicated?
Are they
Wait,
both
he was drinking.
Are they both intoxicated though?
I mean,
They probably
it
would be,
depends
right?
on how their like bloodstream and everything is connected and everything.
Ooh, that's a good question. If they're going to college, how much
Which one gets the degree?
how much do they pay, and is
Oh,
there more than
no.
one degree?
Yeah.
That seems like double jeopardy.
If they go to Subway, do they get 2 6 inches or 1 foot long?
I think
Holy
all
shit,
of this.
I don't know.
I think all of this depends on if they're like, if their blood systems are connected, if
Oh,
their
what the
stomach
fuck?
systems are connected. Like, if one can eat while the other one is doing homework and like gets full, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Well, going back to the original topic of like people watching have to buy tickets for, I do have a thing here saying Warner Media plans to make its biggest movie theatrical exclusives again in 2022.
It's not unwelcome. I had fun watching King Kong or Godzilla vs. Kong.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So they're gonna do more exclusives in 2022.
Plan to make its biggest movies theatrical exclusives again in 2022. So
I
Harry Potter Monsterverse will
completely-
play exclusively in theaters for 45 days before moving to a service like HBO Max.
45 days. All right. I completely misunderstood.
I thought it was the other way
Well,
around.
when he said that and then you said that, I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what
I
he
was
said
still
again.
thinking about the joint twins.
Yeah, I know that. It's like, well, how many
You
of them get to go to the
confused me, Eric.
theaters and what works?
Confused me.
All right, so they'll do for a month and a half. It's here, and then it comes to HBO Max.
Yeah.
So then it turns into like, I don't know. I guess that's okay if that's what they want to do. This year they're still sticking with what they're doing, I guess. But 2022 they're going to change it.
It says 2022 in the article, yeah.
So we still get Mortal Kombat. It's going to be at launch. I mean, a lot of this is just them trying to figure out, one, what's going on with the pandemic stuff, right? What restrictions are in place and what they can work around and all that. Which I know some places have been lifting more and more things, and there's also been more and more vaccines going out now. So maybe that's part of the reason why, is they're looking towards that. But
I mean, I think
Oh, that was part of my week last week too. I went and got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine Thursday night, which it was incredibly efficient. Like, it was drive-through. I didn't
Yeah.
even get out of my car. I was there 20 minutes, and 15 of those minutes was just waiting until after I'd gotten the shot to make sure I didn't have any like symptoms or anything for 15 minutes.
allergic effects and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was amazing. And I didn't like have any side effects or anything. I just got incredibly tired. Like, I pretty much slept the entire weekend.
That's a side effect.
I suppose so, but I didn't feel sick or anything.
Exhaustion.
Like that. Yeah,
could also
So.
be in part to do with this strenuous Star Wars studying.
you know, it could be that.
nah.
Could be that. I had some strenuous nights. There are some questions that I just like look at, and it really feels like the ramblings of a madman. You know, it's real bad. But I hope I know them.
Hopefully.
Yep. All right. So what else we got?
Well,
Any more questions?
oh, there are more questions.
There are lots of questions. I've been looking through. Sometimes I'm like back and forth. I'm like, should this be something mentioned now if it's relevant, or is it something that should be mentioned later?
Mm-hmm.
Did everyone ever answer who they'd be conjoined to? Did we go through all that? I'll go with Rick. I'll just pick Rick.
All right.
Dang it! That means the three of us are conjoined.
That's not how it works. In
Are
your
you
world,
Are you on one end or are you in the middle?
fucking, I'll go the middle.
Dang
Yeah.
it!
We'll be like the Three Stooges. Like, knock.
Aaron
to
and
go
I
through
Wait,
can-
do I get
sideways.
arms if I'm in the middle?
No,
Like,
we have to. Dang it! We have to feed you. But that also means we can give you like inoculations and shit, and you can't do anything about it.
how many tummies do we have?
Oh wait, if we have
many
the
what?
arms, does
Like, do
he
we
have
have
the
one
legs?
tummy or multiple tummies?
Multiple tummies.
All right. I'm going to choose Rick.
I feel like if
Think of it as if like you are two separate people. You just are stuck together.
sure.
Yeah.
If Aaron and I can get through Cuphead and Contra Shattered Soldier together, I think we can get through life together.
Rick was choking to death during that.
I was willing to die.
Man, I can't wait for more Cuphead to come out.
Dude, you could do like team Smash tournaments. Just go around. Like you'd be so good because you're just always there together. You know.
It's true.
Like one of us is watching. Man, I'm just trying to think of how things work.
You know what'd suck? If I was stuck to someone and they're on this side, I can't hear
And you're
them
still deaf?
ever. Yeah, I'm still deaf.
Yeah, but at least they
I'm
would
deaf
be
and
able.
conjoined. But yeah, like I'd
At
never
least
be
they
able to
would
hear
be
them.
able to sense audio from that side
See,
and warn you maybe.
I was removing that aspect from you having to be conjoined, right? Like that was like in this illusion, we'll remove that. But I don't know if we're gonna do that. Maybe I'll choose Eric and be on his right side.
Yeah.
That will be fun, right, Eric?
You would just torture him your entire life.
I might kill you. Just have dead weight.
Could you imagine me
More
trying to
than I
like?
have already.
Imagine me trying to like how I always like go through and like try to hide and
Yeah.
scare you,
Yep.
but we're conjoined. But I'm
Yeah.
still trying to. Do
I
it.
wake up and you're just gone. But there's a box beside me.
Surprise!
Keep slapping away the ketchup from my hot dog.
Yes, don't eat that, Eric. No, you can have ketchup. It's okay.
Yizing asks, are there any stories that you think shouldn't be adapted into another medium, i.e. book to movie, animation to live action, etc.? Also, if you guys ever get the chance, please read the Revenge of the Sith movie novelization. It's amazing.
Oh man, I read that the day after I saw the movie. I've probably read it 15 times.
Nice.
It's probably the best Star Wars novelization of any of the novelizations, I would say.
How?
You know, the one thing that's left out of the movie that makes perfect sense, you know, Anakin is 22 years old. He's the youngest person ever put on the council, and he's freaking out because he's not a master, you know? It's like, motherfucker, Obi-Wan was 25 before he became a knight, you know? And then he immediately had to start taking care of you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of comes across as, why is he being so shitty? Well, in the book, it explains, like, you know, he has a conversation with Palpatine where he says, like, I know the Jedi are hiding things about the Force from me. This power to save Padme, and I'm having these dreams, the same dreams I had about my mother, I'm having about my wife. I know now she's pregnant, and I'm freaking out she's going to die, and I promise I'll never let it happen again. The Jedi are hiding something from me. If I become a master, I get access to the full Jedi archive. I see everything that not everybody, only council members are allowed to see. That's why he's pissed. It's not in the movie, but it makes perfect sense in the book, you know?
I'll have to read it someday.
Yeah.
I was trying to think because like that. Do things often go from like cartoon, animated, movie, whatever to book format? I feel like that doesn't happen that often. But like you said, like the Star Wars novelization. But then in my mind, I'm like, but they made a script, and to me, that's like the book of the movie. But in the novelization, they add more things than what was in the script initially. You know,
the thing is that like the first cut of Revenge of the Sith is 4 hours long. You know,
Sure.
They cut out a lot. So
Yeah.
Stackpole has that script and adapts.
yeah,
that script.
but he's taking that script initially. So
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm kind of like, well, they wrote it first, and then they filmed it, and then they made it the movie it is. So I'm
Yeah.
like, to me, I'm thinking like, not a lot of like, you don't usually have it the other way. I think everything always goes from like written, book, whatever, onto the screen.
Well, like most of Hayao Miyazaki's, or all of them, like don't have a script.
Yeah.
No script, really? Did
No.
he just wing it?
He starts with storyboards.
Oh. But he has to write the words, right?
Well, like
Like, I imagine it has to be some kind of script, right? For the actors and stuff to, like...
I'm sure there's a script at some point, but it doesn't like start with a script. It starts with his drawings, and he like imagines
probably-
the world, and like the story comes later.
Like he probably gives his actors like shooting pages. Like
Are-
these are the pages for today, kind of thing.
Are those movies... Because, like, a lot of those movies are revered, but are they revered more for, like, their cinematic, like, shots and stuff, but not necessarily story? Or are the stories, like, equally as good in those kind of movies? Or... Like, I was just wondering, like,
there
what
are certainly
what they're revered for.
ones that I like the stories better in than others, but like a lot of times they're about the themes.
It's an art piece.
Because
Yeah.
like when if you're going with the idea of like, I imagine if he was starting with storyboards and images and then kind of like story, but then script comes later. I imagine it's more about the art of like the filming, the shots, and you can kind of get a story with just images. You don't necessarily need the words and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just picturing like the shots and that kind of stuff is more rather than like the dialogue and the story and character development maybe. Or
Now, there are a
something
few
like that.
exceptions, like Howl's Moving Castle started as a novel. Like he didn't write it, but he adapted it into a movie. So there are like some exceptions.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of those movies at all.
You're aware of My Neighbor Totoro, but you haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
aware of that.
the big like cat gray thing with the umbrella.
Yeah, I'm aware of a Totoro, and I'm aware of a delivery service. Right, that's
Kiki's
another one.
delivery
Kiki's
service.
delivery
And then there's one with a fish on it.
Ponyo.
You know, like,
Ponyo,
I've seen that kind of
yes.
stuff in those images, but I've never like
That was
really
by the
watched like any of that kind of stuff.
Shit, they're really good.
They certainly are.
I've heard of Princess Mononoke. Done that one.
That one might
Howl's
have
Moving
one of the
Castle?
best stories of any of them. Maybe. It's not my favorite, but. The original question was: is there anything that you think shouldn't be adapted? Like
it's perfect how it is. I don't want it
well,
changed.
Well, forever people said you can't film Watchmen, or you can't film Dune.
Lord of the Rings was deemed unfilmable
Yeah,
at a certain point.
yeah, that one did pretty well.
it did.
Um,
I mean, at this point in my life, I feel like I could just say video games should not be filmed.
I mean, yeah.
What
I mean,
about speedruns,
I'm a
Rick?
huge Zelda fan, but you have to dramatically change what Zelda is for it to be a 3-act movie.
Yeah.
You know. Maybe I don't know. I've watched some video game movies I really enjoy, so I
I'm
don't know.
gonna say 90s cartoons
Yeah.
as a whole. Like you can't do.
Shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be doing a live action remake of Rugrats.
Mhm.
Doesn't need a book.
You could do Rocket Power.
You know, maybe Rocket
You could
Power.
do Rocket
But like
Power.
that and Rocket's Modern Life were two that popped in my head. I'm like, you can't do those.
Yeah.
Those ones don't work. Rugrats was my first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think you can make Rugrats. I don't think a live action Rugrats works. I don't think I would need a book version of that. Like I
Yeah.
don't, like leave
But
Rugrats how
there
it is.
are some Rugrat video games.
Sure. They made it some movies based on the characters from that. But then they also did Rugrats All Grown Up. That wasn't as good. Oh, Rugrats. Yeah, I mean Powerpuff Girls is coming to live action. Like we're gonna see how that works.
Yeah, they showed the costumes off.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
I
they're
haven't
not-
seen that yet.
I'll see if I can find them here.
Wouldn't they just be incredibly simple?
They're
I
very
don't know.
simple.
They're just like dresses.
I mean, they are in that, but are they changing it at all or anything?
Why
Yeah.
would you?
I'll show you.
I don't know.
Scarlet Blade brings up a good point. You said no video game should ever be put to film. You say that as Witcher 2 gets a season 2.
That was a
Or
book
Witcher
series
gets a
first.
season
That was a
2.
book series first. Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, but it was a video game before film.
But they're adapting the book.
Mm-hmm.
They're not adapting the video games. The video games are separate stories from the books for the most part.
Haha, got him.
Still a game.
That's not how it works. It's the same idea of like Smash Brothers, right? Like you can be like, oh well, Goku can go in Smash Brothers. Like, well, he can't. It's like, but he's in a game. It's like he has to be in a game first. It's like the adaptations they're doing this are coming from the books that were first, whereas the games did their own thing. So it's kind of a weird little loophole.
We weren't talking about continuities, though.
Looped.
Ta-da.
You got looped.
Ta-da.
Ugh.
New Mortal Kombat
Where
1?
is
Mortal
this
Kombat, it's a video game. I can't wait for the new Mortal Kombat game or movie. Aha. So Rick's wrong, because I'm hoping that movie's going to be great.
If I had to give up Mortal Kombat, the movie, in order to erase all the other video game movies from existence,
No,
I
Rick.
might be willing to do it.
Really? You would erase the first Mortal Kombat movie?
I might be willing to do it.
What about
Oh,
Mario
man.
Brothers?
All right.
I don't know if I can fucking talk to you.
I think I finally found it.
If that movie was gone, Rick, you know what that means. If you erase that movie, we wouldn't have the song.
I know, Aaron.
We wouldn't have
I'm
the,
not saying
the
it's
song.
not.
There'd be
I'm
no
not saying
light
it's
in
not
my
a
life.
great sacrifice.
What else would that actor be known for but being
it's
Liu
a
Kang?
sacrilege.
I don't know what else that guy's been in. Liu
He's
Kang.
been in a bunch of stuff.
He is Liu
to be
Kang.
fair.
That's it.
Here we go.
I feel like.
Yep, incredibly simple. Okay. The eye socks, dresses,
Oh man, they looked exactly like I thought they would probably look like.
and ribbon.
Huh.
You know, Carmen was
Gotcha.
showing me pictures on set of the costumes and stuff, and she's been recently going
This is a
through
leak, it, Rick.
Riverdale,
Is it?
and the 3 lead
TMZ.
actresses from Riverdale did Halloween costumes of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
And the Halloween costumes look so much better
Yeah.
than those.
Interesting.
Maybe that's like Mark 1. So we're getting back together, but we don't have our real uniforms. It's okay. I got these. And they just go to a thrift store or something.
Maybe.
Get that. Then the end of episode 1, they come out and they're wearing fucking like Iron Man armor. And they're smoking and shit.
The weird thing is
Because they're older now.
I feel like with them being
Maybe.
older, it would be nice to see like this is what it was when they were younger. Now that
Yeah.
they're a little older, this is what it is. It's nostalgic to this, but it's different than that, you
Yeah.
know? But that right there just kind of looks like they're trying to make the costumes from the cartoon. I like the socks.
Yeah. The socks are good. I don't have an opinion really because I never watched Powerpuff Girls.
Neither did I.
It looks like Powerpuff Girls to me.
I mean, they're so far away from human proportions.
Yeah.
I want to see.
You know, it's hard to judge.
Well,
Like
there
they
was
have fingers.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird.
there was a thing I was looking at. I showed Eric this too because it was the thing I was looking at was like weird things that you notice in cartoons that you didn't notice before. And one was of Bubbles using chopsticks, and all it is it's I have chopsticks.
Nice.
Her hand has no fingers or anything.
Right.
So the chopsticks she's using are just this. And they're just grabbing a hold at the bottom of whatever it is. But she has, it's just it's her little stub thing that they have nothing. They can't do this. They can't do it, you know? Like, it's just so weird. And I'm like, man, I never noticed that. So, there's a few things like that I'm like, man, cartoons were weird and I never noticed. And then there's some things that are just like meant for parents. Like in Fairly Odd Parents, whenever the mom's been over picking stuff up, and on the back of her pants it just says Dad's trophy. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
Eric, did you have anything to do with Harper's flooded basement? It's very suspicious this happened after the tournament bracket was announced.
I did not. I reached out to him and we connected through pain.
Yeah, you've had a similar experience.
Yep. No, I truly did. I reached out to him on Twitter. I was like, hey, yeah, I just wanted to tell you my experience, gave him my testimony. You know, became close together.
Let him
He
know
lost a lot of comics, so it was unfortunate.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Dexter's Lab's mom.
Yep.
Let him know he's not alone.
Are not alone.
That's a very good answer, Eric.
No, I didn't do it.
Is there a comic book character or characters you want to see in a future series or movie? Looking forward to Vigilante.
Vigilante!
Not the same as an Arrow. Hopefully on Stargirl because I love Nathan Fillion's version of him.
I'm excited to see Moon Knight. That's going to be cool. I like Oscar Isaac a lot, so I'm really
I
excited.
wonder what version I'll go with. There's like Crazy Batman,
Yeah.
but then there's like Servant of God, right?
Like Egyptian god
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
So the question is, who do we want to see transitioned over into? What is the question exactly again?
What comic book character do you want to see
That you haven't seen yet.
that you haven't seen in TV or movies?
Okay. I want to make sure because I saw someone say Green Lantern and I was like, well, we've seen Green Lantern. I don't want.
I
Technically,
mean, technically, we've seen Doctor Doom, but I want to see Doctor Doom in something that I can love.
You want to see something that you love?
In something I can love.
Oh. That I can love.
That I can love.
I don't know, because like there's been different iterations of some that I've like what you're saying. Like, well, I haven't fallen in love with this character version of whatever it is, but for the most part, I feel like there's been lots of things that I've already seen. I'd probably choose like some Spider-Man villains that they haven't done yet.
Sure.
You know, that I'd be like, oh, it'd be really cool to see this or that.
You know what I want to see? I want to see the Snyderverse Grodd. See how he makes it like a grounded, real gorilla who speaks.
Be interesting.
It would be really funny. I'd love to see that.
No, I mean, like we never did I don't think we've ever done a Scorpion in Spider-Man movies yet. You know?
get over here.
No, not that Scorpion. Like
Oh.
Scorpion with his big
Welcome.
tail and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like that one. Like that was a neat one in like some of the comics and like the animated cartoons and stuff like that. Like that could be kind of cool.
It's
Like,
cool with its relation to J. Jonah.
yeah,
well.
like they did that with like the and then in like the '90s cartoon, like they took like that storyline and J. Jonah helps to make the Scorpion, and then like everything goes all crazy, and then Gargan's just like mad at everything, and so like it would be neat to see that character maybe. And I think they nodded to him in the first Tom Holland Spider-Man one because I think they had like a guy who had a Scorpion tattoo, and everyone's like that's Scorpion, I think, you know, but they never dealt with that one yet. So I don't know. There could be some cool stuff.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, have any of you seen Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge on HBO Max?
Nope.
Might be fun to watch before the new movie comes out.
Is that
We
animated?
put it on a poll.
We did put it on a
once.
poll. It is animated.
It did not do well.
It did not do well.
It did not.
I was disappointed.
Yep. We never know. With our new way we're doing movies, maybe we'll pick it up one day.
Good. Probably not before the new movie, though.
No way.
That's only a few weeks, so yeah.
Not a question, but want to say your discussions for Bridgerton were some of the funniest I've seen on your channel. So glad you're willing to give shows like this a go. I really enjoyed watching it with you. Makes me hopeful for diversification in your anime reactions, too. At some point, I would love for the crew to react to something like Beastars anime on Netflix.
Dude, I kept on seeing people say that, and I thought I didn't understand, and it was some kind of mix of like the Transformers Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
And I'm like, man, maybe that's just what they call the Beast Wars Transformers, this Beastars kind of thing, or whatever. I don't know what it is. But then I found out that there was like an anime called Beastars, and I was like, oh, it's entirely different. So.
Yeah, I just did a image search on Beastars. It is different.
It is entirely different. Yeah, it's not.
Megan and I are doing Fruits Basket, which I feel like is kind of outside of what we normally do. So you should check those reactions out if you have not.
No, I feel like the haunting that me and Melanie did is a little different than like some other things that we usually cover. Like we don't usually cover that kind of stuff here. Supernatural's the closest maybe to it, but even still, it's also very deep in a lot of other themes and stuff too. Where, I mean, we definitely cover a lot of like the pop culture, like superhero stuff, and
then we expanded out with Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well. In a different direction there.
So yeah.
Calvin, I'll give this one to you now, and I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Calvin, I've been dying to know top 10 favorite anime.
Oh, I think I got asked this during my stream.
Oh, you're right. It's 2 days ago. You didn't redeem it, you fool.
You fool! Well, I saw it in chat. I answered it then.
I'm redeeming it now, then.
Okay.
We'll give her to this one too.
So you answered it.
Yes.
Your number one was?
I didn't rank them.
Oh.
I just said top 10.
What a cheat.
And I don't even know if I did 10. I think I did probably about 8 or 9.
All right, unredeem it.
No, you can't.
Out of the remaining superhero movies coming out in 2021, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Venom 2, Suicide Squad, Spider-Man 3, which are you most excited/intrigued to watch?
Shang-Chi, I think, because it's going to be, they're getting some pretty high caliber kung fu fighters and then throwing some Marvel money at it. I think it's going to be fun. And, not completely drop the ball like Scott Buck did in Iron Fist Season 1.
Sure.
And no matter how good Season 2 was, they just couldn't recover.
That and Eternals are two movies where it's like I have no idea really about those characters. So it's going to be like almost like Guardians of the Galaxy. I went into that not really knowing what to expect because I didn't know these characters at all. And it was fun,
Yeah.
But with that said, I'm always excited for more Spider-Man. So that Venom 2 maybe not so much because like Venom 1 was like okay. I think Venom 1 would have been a really good movie.
Yeah.
But tying it into Venom was weird. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes they do that kind of stuff where it's like, well, if this would have been just something else, some kind of alien monster coming in, and it's not a symbiote from Spider-Man's storyline.
It's the same way I
if
feel
it
about
had been
Alien
something
3.
more like Upgrade.
Yeah, or like what Species, or like some kind of like those kind of things. Which if it did feel a lot like Upgrade, or Upgrade felt a lot like it, vice versa, whichever way. But it's just one of those things where, with it not having the Spider-Man ties to it, it feels wrong, I guess, at the same time, because a lot of Venom's powers and stuff kind of come based from being attached to Spider-Man, and then when he detaches from Spider-Man and then gets to Eddie Brock, then he has kind of like these Spider-Man powers attached to him because he was learning stuff from like Spider-Man and whatnot.
Because he was like absorbing that.
Yeah, but in this one they're just kind of like, this is how they are, rah, and they go,
Gotcha.
So it's weird.
Joshua asks, what show that has ended you guys miss reacting to? Mine is Black Sails. First one that comes to mind is Cobra Kai. I miss Cobra Kai so much.
But we're getting more of it, Rick.
I know we are, but I don't have it right now.
Yeah, I miss Black Sails. I miss Gurren Lagann.
Miss the feeling Gurren Lagann gives me.
Ah, Gurren Lagann was good.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I loved watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Eric.
Yeah.
Like, that was so much fun. I love the show. It's sad that we don't get any more of that,
Netflix's Marvel shows.
Daredevil was really good.
Daredevil was
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
incredible.
I need more
Just miss
IQ.
him.
Need more IQ.
Weirdly, don't miss Game of Thrones much. Though I'm interested in maybe some of the spin-off material, but who knows when that's going to happen?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else shows we've watched that are done, that aren't coming back. Like, Rick says Cobra Kai, but, like, we're going to get more Cobra Kai,
All right.
So, like, some of the lists that we have, like, some of those shows are still going.
Yeah.
Lovecraft Country was interesting. I don't know if they're going to do more of that or not, but that was an interesting story, and I had no idea really what it was going to be about.
You miss Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Yeah.
I don't, because I feel like the story was complete. I don't need more.
It was pretty good, and it
Yeah.
ended in a good sense.
I miss
get that.
watching it because it's a great show,
Sure,
but I
yeah.
don't feel like I'm left
I
unsatisfied.
feel like Gurren Lagann had a satisfying ending.
Honestly,
Yeah.
there's a part of me
But
that
I just want more
Yeah.
of it.
honestly, there's a part of me that wishes we would have watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood like a little later in my anime watching career. I feel like I'd appreciate it even more.
Maybe.
Just because
See,
I
it might do with a
I'd
rewatch.
understand the medium a little more.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I wonder that with like if Gurren Lagann would have been sooner versus later.
Yeah.
Would our thoughts on it have been different, or would we have been like, oh shit, this is a
not
good one to
that
start with as like our first
Yeah.
anime, and then going into things later?
Sure.
Because I hadn't seen a whole lot of animes, so like that one there especially, like everyone gave me a lot of stuff on like this girl has powers to cry fire out. Like, no, it's an anime thing. It's like, but they have real powers. Is that a power? Like, no. Like, then why do it? You know, like, it's just a weird thing to kind of show and stuff. And I get like, well, that's just like that's the art that you do to convey the emotion that's going through. But I'm like, but they're a world with real powers. You know, like that was my thing back then. So,
Yeah.
but no, I get you. I think it's really Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think the other thing with it, as opposed to Gurren Lagann too, was that there was a lot more episodes of it. So
That's
we
true,
had a good
yeah.
bit of time with it.
Sure.
Whereas Gurren was 25 episodes,
Too
whatever
short.
it was, you know, and it was done. So.
I really miss Steins Gate.
Steins Gate, yeah. I do miss Steins Gate.
Yeah, I wish we could have done 0. Maybe we will someday. So guys, this is Joris Knight. What did you think about Rick's doppelganger I sent you? Keep up the great content. Love from France. Curse. Calvin got a brand new haircut. You good looking bastard.
Oh, you want me to get a new haircut?
Calvin, get a brand new haircut. You good looking bastard.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a
growing
weird-
it out for now.
That's a weird way to entice him. Get a good-looking haircut, or weird-looking.
Get a
what
new
Get a new
haircut.
haircut, you good-looking bastard. That's what
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like jealousy. Maybe it's like, no, stop looking so good. Change how you look.
I mean, there's always that
That's
in-between
how I'm gonna take
stage of growing your hair out that is miserable.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I got into that one, and then cut it.
When it gets to
Melanie
here,
didn't like it.
and I have to,
Just because of the texture of my beard and the way it grows and stuff, it has that as well. It hits a certain level, and I'm like, I'm happy with this. But then it gets a little longer, I'm not happy. Then it gets a little longer, I'm happy again.
Sure.
Right now, I'm in a weird place.
Garbo Man says, I'm in it. That sucks. I feel for you.
You should just shave everything and then just let it all grow at once and just let it go.
You should have shaved your head when you were streaming God of War.
Yeah, but imagine how big the beard will be with the shaved head when Ragnarok comes out.
Eric, you always say that
That's
like
what I'm saying.
your hair grows around here and you get like a
does.
mane. You need to cut this, but leave this so that it attaches back to here,
So I have a helmet.
and just actually have
a
like
chin
a
strap?
mane with like a chin like coming around, and then just grow your hair and just
Could
like
do that.
"Rrrr." That'd be great.
I'd be like
Like
Jancy
a
was-
rough.
I'd be like one of the background shitty looking guys in Bridgerton.
Jancy will love it.
I'm sure she would.
Light, have you guys heard of Gartic Phone? It's basically telestrations on PC. Could be a fun Friday when Pokemon is over. Gartic Phone.
Have not.
I don't know what that is.
Try to
I haven't heard of it at all, no.
I also read that as a garlic phone.
Will Aaron continue Dark Souls series? Love the Dark Souls 1 playthrough. 6S1F9. Do you know what you're going to do after Pokemon yet?
I mean, my plan is to finish up Pokemon, which I might finish this Monday or maybe the next Monday. I'm not sure which. And then I'm going into Miles Morales as my next game. And then after that, I'm hoping to be done. And I really want to play Pokemon Snap because that comes out at the end of April. And I'm excited for that game to come out.
Sure.
So it'll probably be finishing up Pokemon, going into Miles Morales, playing that, having some fun with Pokemon Snap, either until I beat it or just seeing how it
How it plays.
just how it plays. Like I don't know how it's gonna be because I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time with Pokemon Snap after I initially beat it. And then there's a lot of time of like I gotta get these pictures and stuff, you know. So we'll see how that goes. And then I do have like Dark Souls 2 that I'm wanting to get to. So that's on my list. I also haven't finished Life is Strange 2, which I need to finish off the last like 2 or 3 episodes of that. Which
Did
I
you
might
s-
just restart because I kind of forget some of what. Like,
Did
what the
you
kids'
stop
names were.
playing it because the chapters hadn't come out yet?
I need to play it as well.
Yeah, if you haven't played the first one, you guys should play it. Someone should play the first one. You did the first one.
Oh, yeah. I played the first
Like Calvin, you should play the first one. First one's pretty good.
Yeah.
great.
The Before the Storm was all right. It wasn't as good as the first one. The Captain Awesome?
Captain Awesome sounds
No,
familiar.
Captain Spirit.
Captain Spirit.
Yeah.
Captain Awesome is from Chuck.
Yeah.
Um,
okay.
But that one was pretty cool too. I like that one. And then the second one I was playing was pretty good, but I didn't get to finish it to know how good it was. So,
Rick, have you heard of Minecraft Dungeons? It can be played in groups as well as solo. It's pretty good. I have. I would probably like that better than
Minecraft.
Minecraft Vanilla or Minecraft Proper.
Well, that was like that dungeon crawler kind of.
Yeah.
What, Gauntlet or
Yeah, it's more of like, it's like a top-down
Diablo, you know? It's
Diablo
more like
kind of
some of those kind of games.
yeah.
Path of Exile, I think.
Yeah.
Is that kind of game?
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Yeah.
Okami. I don't know if I know that one, Rob.
What do you guys think of channels that make compilations of reactions? Asked Lord K.
I'm personally fine with it as long as they.
I
make
think
sure
they
they're
serve
giving,
a purpose.
giving
of,
credit
like,
and stuff like that. You know,
I think they're a good way of knowing what other channels are out there that react to your shows. If they're given credit, it can lead people back to maybe some more obscure reactors that maybe a lot of people don't know about.
it also appeals to people that might not watch reactions and like, I'm gonna check this one out because it has a bunch of like the best moments, and then maybe of that amount of people, some of them be like, ooh, that group was funny. What one was those? And then they go, and then it helps. It can help out and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily bother me. There are some that are way better than others, that only use certain amount of clips, and there's also ones that just like take an entire 6-minute segment unedited, put it in there, which I don't know. I like the ones that like go like moment by moment and show like here was what they react to this moment, then this one, then this one, then this one, and then a new moment later.
Some of those do those ones where it's like, here's all of them for this whole trailer, and it's like, and there's like so many on screen.
Yeah.
I don't like those ones really.
There's a lot.
Yeah, when it gets to too many to all see at once, like you really need, I think, like one channel, like one per segment. I think that works better. Like the same moment being reacted to, but like each person's reaction.
Did Mash Brant, did you like your Facehugger Easter Bunny, Rick? I did not. It was the worst. I did not like it one bit. One bit.
I saw that. I liked it.
No.
But I don't have a worry about those things. Rick's greatest fear is something that's not real.
Yeah.
Like if Eric's is like, I don't want to go in dark, scary caves. Yours is like, I don't want a face hugger to fuck my face. Like, when's that gonna happen? What if Eric could fall in a hole? That's just
You could get stabbed by
I
needles.
could get stabbed by a needle, but Rick's is like, it's not real. Like, Rick, find a different fear.
I don't know what my greatest fear is. I just have a bunch of little ones.
There's only a bunch of little ones.
I mean, kind of. Like, I don't like deep water so much, but I don't know. I respect it. I stay away from it, but
Sure.
I'm not like terrified. I walk across the bridge and I'm not like gripping the railing every inch of the way.
Yeah. I will say I hope what I just said too is also true and it's not real, because if those were, that would probably be my greatest fear, and I'd be like, fucking
Yeah,
this.
no, I
don't
would be
want
with
this
Rick 100%.
weird alien to fuck my face and put
Although,
an embryo
if
in my
I saw
stomach.
an egg like that peel open on top,
You're running.
I'm fucking running, and I'm throwing a
Wait.
Molotov behind me.
You mean you're not gonna go look inside it?
No, I am not.
All right. I guess it makes sense. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got about a half hour left. It's going to be a lot of exercises. I know Aaron really wanted to reveal the poll winner this time.
Ah, yes. I do, but I think that you should go through like the first like 6 of the steps though, right? Of like your method of
Not that many steps.
what's your plan. Wasn't there like 6 riddles that was solved first? I did want to reveal what it was. It'd be great.
Now I got to find it. But I do want to thank my friends Don and Jeremy at Theory WO Context and at Jeremy Jusick for helping me out with this one. They're my English and literature nerds.
Yes.
Nerd friends, so they helped me out.
I'm an English jock, bro.
Writing some of these. So the basic idea was I would put a sentence or a paragraph up on Twitter, and it'd be written in a very specific way, where it conform to a rule.
Yeah.
And what people had to do was they had to determine the rule that it followed, and then they had to write one in kind. So, for example, the first one is a very ravenous, intelligent velociraptor dematerialized unilateralism.
I didn't get a lot of extra L's
I
in
don't
there.
get
I'm
it.
not sure.
I think the rule is an incorrect pronunciation.
Yeah,
So
it could be.
Balakaliki. I don't know.
Is that incorrect?
But it's a sentence that increases in the number of syllables as it goes along.
Okay.
So a, very, ravenous, and it continues on.
So they have to write a sentence that then follows that rule.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I tried to make them specific to where, like, it could really only be this thing, and if someone's going to write a sentence that follows it, they kind of need to know what the rule is in order
Okay.
to do it.
So you really need to figure out what the rule is, and then that's what your answer is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once you got that, the next tweet would come out, and the first part of the tweet would be an answer,
Okay.
right? And there were 6 parts to this. And then the next sentence that you had to follow the rule and write would come after that. So, like, the next one is cats seldom mate eagerly, yet they yearn nightly.
Yearn.
Yearn.
I thought you said urine
No.
nightly.
Yearn.
They yearn nightly. See, I like this one a lot.
Kira
No, that's
Knightley.
Kira's sister.
I like this. I like this one because the rule for it is just a fun, like, it's beginning and end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so the next word in the sentence follows the last letter in the previous word. So, cats ends with S, seldom starts with S. Continues on that way. The next one is a kid slept nonstop bypassing catastrophe, which this one increases the number of letters, but it is always odd. So 1, 3, 5, 7, so on and so forth.
Okay.
11. Oh, wait, that's prime. Never mind.
The next one, each time I view your majestic face, I lose my mind, heart quickens pace. Then I rip a loud, generous fart. It smells too tart, bends time and space.
That was it. That's a long one.
Yeah, so it's a poem.
Mm.
And
You don't say.
it goes A B A. So like the last lines, the last word rhymes in line 1, 2, and 4, but then in the middle of line 4 rhymes with the end of line 3.
Gotcha.
So
So they had to write something that matched with that.
yeah, they had to write a poem for that. The one after that, a ghost begs glory as a deity below abhors a boy. This one was super tough to write because
Is this the one? I think this is the one we talked about, right?
Yeah.
Before.
yeah. So this one, every word has to follow an alphabetic order. So ghost goes GHOST, and all of those fall later in the alphabet than the letter previous to
Yeah.
them.
So G's first in the alphabet, and you go on from there.
Yeah.
And each word follows that to make a sentence.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also a hard one to respond to and give an answer of. So like you have to think like, okay, how the hell do I write a word where every word is in alphabetical order?
I
Yeah.
think I gave a word for one of these, didn't I? Can't remember.
We were talking about
You
it like
probably didn't
a
use it.
week or two ago whenever we were talking about
Yeah.
this before.
It's tough.
Of like, how do we do this? What are some words for this?
I think you might have given me boy
Boy! Sounds like me.
Yeah.
for that one.
There was a verb. There was a verb that you were looking for.
Tone.
And Eric said, how about this as a verb? I don't remember what it was.
It might have been begs.
It was begs.
Yeah,
Bags.
bags.
Yeah, that was the word. You're like, I need a verb.
Let me try to find the next one. There's a lot of comments on these.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of comments.
People just
Now,
trying,
everyone that was
guessing.
there was a lot of people working on this. Some people were working on it on their own and from Twitter, but there is also a Hint Hunt Discord channel in our Discord where several people are working on this together. So if you thought that this was hard individually, like some of them are harder, especially because it's looking at a collective mindset of everybody in a Discord that's working together on solving these puzzles. So if you're wanting to work on it not alone, because sometimes they're really hard, make sure you guys follow us on our Discord and you can check out the Hint Hunt channel.
Oh, I can't find the next one. I'm gonna have to open up my thingy.
You can't find the answer or the next thingy.
The next riddle. So let me go to my master document and find find it here. This one wasn't too bad for me. Like, I did this one in a day, although I had help.
Yeah, your friends from England.
They're not from England.
No. Okay, sorry.
One of them went to school in England.
Hmm.
All right. Here we go. Yonder doggy pooped in the hall shortly after losing his ball. Upset, he begged to be fed before going to lie down his call. The next day, he ripped up his bed using his teeth found inside his head. He pouted at what he had done, then laid down on the futon instead.
It's so long.
On day 3, the doggy had fun. He finally felt that he had won. In a sunbeam, he lay down to sprawl, undone by the downer stun gun. So that's an AABA, BBCB, CCAC poem.
So that just kind of knocks back to the other one, but it's just
I love
a
that
different,
band.
Yeah.
a different the band.
And then that was the last one. And it what it gave you overall was... actually, I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name, but was I blind as Estitia, which is Lady Justice? Was I changing? Was it just missing? I fail, I stand lax. Still, lucky pips and quick wits will assist in vanquishing.
Yes. Now there was an issue that was important
Yes.
because originally it had said the.
Yeah, so fortunately, like, I can watch people work on it in Discord. And so, like, I saw them starting to get close to the answer.
Sure.
And I was like, wait a second, how did they miss this? And then I went back and I read it, and I double-checked it a dozen times.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it did have the word the in it, which is incorrect. It should not have had that.
Yes, because they needed that part. Now I saw where they were working on that too, and they came down to figuring out, like, looking more at the letters individually. Someone's like, look at how many times these letters are in here. Maybe that means a thing. And then eventually they found out that it was missing 4 letters, which was all of the R's, the E's, the Z's, and the O's. And then later on, I think it was a few days ago, I had in one of my videos in the background an image, and everyone's like, oh my God, look, it's this. This is what we said. It was going to be this.
Yeah.
But they also didn't pay attention to the rule set where, like, you got to find a rule and figure out what follows rules.
Yeah.
And there's only one show that doesn't have R's, E's, Z's, or O's.
Yeah.
And that's Kill a Kill.
Kill a kill.
It's true. Yeah, line 3 is the key. Because
Yep.
they ask what is missing.
Yep.
Look at everybody. Everyone's
yeah.
like, what are you
When
talking
I,
about? I love messing with people, though, so it's so fun. Everyone was looking at that video being like, oh my God, look at
Yeah.
this. They
Yeah.
found a random thing,
Yeah.
and this is what it is.
Sure.
But, I don't know. What do you think, Rick?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think I was sad that I messed up the, and I'm probably going to get a lot of exercises for it today.
Sure.
So I would
Aaron,
like
do
to go back in time and give it another try.
Sure.
If I could.
Aaron, do you have anything you would go back in time and try?
I mean, I would go back and I would go back when I made the video.
There are
and
people that really like Kill a Kill that are really happy.
I would go back when I made the video and not give away the answer in that
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
So the real winner.
The real winner is ReZero.
ReZero.
Yeah.
That is the real answer. I gave it away in a thing. It was funny because I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this video
Yeah.
right now because we don't want to. I didn't want to do it at home, so I always do it at home. I like doing it here, and it would save me time because I was already going to be running late.
Yeah.
And me, Eric, nor Calvin, no one noticed that was going to be.
And I wasn't
on
in the
thing.
room.
And the thing
Yeah.
is that you
I like
never,
to think I would have noticed.
You never do your videos at the studio.
I never do.
It's like you perfectly set up a fake thing,
It was.
except it was a complete accident.
It was.
Neeks, you're a man of your word. I saw him at the beginning of stream, and he said if ReZero turned out to be the winner, he was going to gift 50 subs.
Now,
And he was like,
Holy
I really don't
shit.
think it's going to be.
Wow.
But this is what I'm going to say.
no,
Thank you so much.
It is
Man or woman
ReZero.
of their word.
Rick and I talked about this earlier. I think the reason he was like, Aaron, we should do this, was so that I would get more exercise than he would.
Probably because he messed up.
I think he had an ulterior motive with it, because usually that's how Rick works with me, is ulterior motives. But I was like, all right, sure, I'll do that. Because a lot of people didn't believe, and they did believe that it was ReZero.
Yeah.
In the background there, like maybe they're just fucking with us. But why would they be fucking with us? And some people were like, this is from this episode. If they just went to that episode and put an image on there to fuck with us. I'm like, I don't know, did they? So,
I mean,
but whenever we were talking about, like, you know what, we were setting up rules, ReZO as a rule. That makes sense there too, but it was to be there for spelling out ReZero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you
Many
much.
people know that we have already watched 4 episodes of ReZero.
Yeah.
Yes, which that will be dropping here next week, I believe. I think we're going to be getting, I think episode 25, I think it was, like the finale of Fate had just dropped this week. And then we have the OVA dropping.
The OVA is going to drop.
And then when that drops, you'll be getting the ReZero coming.
First 5 episodes, 1 on YouTube and 4 on early access.
Yes.
So yeah, you know, whenever they were working on that last clue and it was taking them a while, I mean, I had the benefit of, like, you usually tell me what you're doing, you know, and I kept watching them. I can't believe no one has noticed that there's, like, not an E. Like, it's so hard to write something without an E.
Yeah.
It is.
Like, they're like, why wouldn't he just put justice? You know? Like, no, there must be a reason. And they're delving into all these things and going to libraries and studying Minas Tirith for 14 years. And I'm like, because he's not using an E. It's not what's there, it's what's not there. But I do that with the benefit of knowing.
You knew already,
So
yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, you know, well, if I didn't know, you wouldn't figure it out, Eric. Not you. I'm like, yeah, I know, but let me feel good about myself from my position of privilege.
Yeah, it's surprisingly tough to write without the letter E.
Yeah. E is everywhere.
It's tough.
It's always the first pick on, like,
Wheel of
Jeopardy
Fortune.
and or Wheel of Fortune rather, and like Hangman.
Yep.
It's always a good pick.
Anyway, so ReZero will be the winner.
Excited. Same
Yeah,
studio
very excited.
that did Steins Gate. Loves Steins Gate.
Yep. That is going to be going up on Tuesdays when it fills the slot. So that'll be a new Anime Tuesday show.
Yes.
I will miss the Fate series.
Fate was fun. I enjoyed
really
Fate.
enjoyed it.
Me too.
I enjoyed Fate a good bit.
I'm definitely going to play the visual novel at some point in my life.
Yeah.
At some point. And there's still more Fate. The Heaven's Fields movies aren't all out in dub yet, but I'm sure once they are, they'll make their way onto a poll.
Yeah.
No, Fate was good. I missed that. There's been a few shows, like, over time that I'm like, man, I wish we had more of that. And Fate was one where, like, I really enjoyed, like, just the characters they summoned, trying to figure out, man, do we know who this is? Who is this summon that they have or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And some of the little bit of the mystery box that they had within it, you know? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Just
fun to
learning the
have
world.
shows that are like fantasy that have these interesting worlds and rules that you, like, need to figure out. Like, that's always a fun exercise.
Yeah, I always enjoy that feeling of I didn't know what to expect, and it was not this, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So anyway, that's winning the poll. That is one of our 6 polls. I'm not sure when the next poll is up.
Berserk?
The
Berserk
next one
would
ending
be
is
right,
going to be
yeah.
Berserk.
That's relatively soon.
That is the next one. Our live action polls are what? Brooklyn, which has some time.
Yeah.
Lucifer, which I think
Lucifer.
also has some time. And Expanse,
Expanse.
which
Yeah.
also has a little bit of time on it too.
Yep.
So those ones are probably going to be a little while. But Berserk's the next one. And then maybe,
Hunter's not
Hunter
that
x
far.
Hunter?
6 months, maybe?
I don't know. I'm not sure how many's in ReZero. So it's either ReZero or Hunter x Hunter will probably be next, I would imagine, based on whatever wins for Berserk.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, there's not that many exercises.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And then, like, with Bridgerton, with, you know, putting it that it's like a short show. Like, we're trying to make sure that our, like, Patreon schedule is relatively filled out as much as we can. But, like, Bridgerton will go up. It'll go up for 8 weeks. And then, you know, that slot might stop for a little bit. Or, you know, we put something on if we can. But it's those 6 main shows that you guys help us pick. And I've never been let down by a poll,
Yeah, I
personally.
don't think so.
Generally, like, something that like I can find value in a lot
Yeah.
of things, and people have a lot of value in their picks. So,
It's true.
No, yeah, I think
and I'm
that-
really enjoying it so far.
Like, democratically and logically, you would think that, you know, the picks that have the most votes are probably going to be the most popular.
Yeah,
You know,
Well, yeah, and
they're going to be good for a reason.
they have reasons as to why people
Yeah.
enjoy them so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even though there's sometimes like this show is such a good show and it doesn't win because more people think that this show is a good show
Yeah.
over the other one, and there's got to be reasons to all of them, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any poll shows where I've been like, man, this isn't good. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's usually been ones that we've watched like live action maybe,
The
or
reports,
not live, but not live action, but live that we've watched, and I'm like, man, I don't know, this one's not
Live
Inhumans,
reactions,
you know,
yeah.
Inhumans wasn't voted on.
Yeah.
There was some struggling in Dexter at points, but I'm glad I watched it
Yeah.
Sure.
because there were some very high moments.
There were
Yeah.
some great moments in there.
People always bring up Code Geass. Like I said, this fucking sucks. I never said it sucks.
You did go
I just said
hard
that it's
at
not been the
points.
thing that I've enjoyed the most, which is two different statements. There are two things I didn't like about it. The
character design.
character design I did not like, and I didn't like the bad guys
There's a
plan.
story.
You know, but I say that,
The characters
and
in the
it's like
story.
Eric fucking
the two
hates
things.
that shit.
And it
Despite me
it
loving
definitely
Well,
has.
love Lelouch.
Given with that though, I think you had complaints about it before we knew the main bad guy's plan though. You know,
Yeah, I never liked the art style.
so I mean,
Well,
I
it's
think there
definitely got pacing problems. Too.
And
Wait,
it's
what's
got
it-
pacing problems. It's got ridiculous fan service.
what was weird is like as far as like enjoyment or
Yeah.
looking forward, like
Ridiculous fan service?
I was down here and you were up here, and then as the
Yeah.
show went on, we swapped places.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this show, Eric. You're like, I
Sure.
don't know, it's all right.
And Gurren Lagann doesn't.
No, but it doesn't like. It puts it on Front Street, whereas like Code Geass, like it had
I
no
feel
reason.
like Code Geass was pretty upfront about it.
Yeah, I know. Like
I feel like it matches the tone.
it
better.
matches the tone. Like that was that type of show. I feel like Code Geass, it was just like stuck on for people to pay attention. I don't know.
I don't know. So you hate Code Geass?
Nope. Nope. There are a few things that I hate. I know exactly what I hate.
Which is Code Geass. So would you say I don't hate Code Geass?
Yeah, I don't hate Code Geass. I enjoyed many parts of Code Geass, especially Lelouch. His voice actor was awesome, and I love the ending for Lelouch.
Good.
I also love the world. I love mechs. I love the idea of the Geass. I really loved like
Scrubbing floors.
the betrayals and stuff. Scrubbing floors is one of the best moments of my life.
One of the best moments of my life.
Yeah, one of the best moments of my life.
All right, exercise.
I got
No
some-
classic's gonna win any polls. Berserk won a poll, baby. Doesn't
True.
get much more classic than that.
Yep.
Woo! So excited.
All night long.
What's that from?
I don't know. I just heard it before and
yeah.
said, "Damn it, Aaron! Why not Aaron for trolling? Damn it, Rick forgot the
Bebop won a poll too.
It was
Bebop
Rick's
did.
idea.
Can't get much more classic.
I
than
love it
that.
because that's why Rick was like, "All right, well, Aaron, you wanted to reveal this, right?" And I was like, "Fucking
good point, Hatch.
You go through the one thing first.
All right.
All right, let me find these.
I got squats. I got
Are
squats.
they for Calvin or Eric?
I got push-ups. Squat, squat, push-ups.
I have 10 squats. Damn it, only 10 squats.
Someone else wants to start on bits and donations. Stream elements.
I am not logged in.
All right. I'll just do it while I do squats.
I'm sorry. I can do nothing.
You can do some exercises, Eric, if
You
you
can
want.
do some exercises for Rick.
What do you got?
They're not bad. I can do them.
Okay.
All right, there's my squats. Aaron for saying kill a kill. 1 sit up.
People can listen to me comb a beard.
What? Is that what we need? Aaron for stalling the poll reveal. 10 sit-ups.
Hilding 100 bits. Weekly loving.
Weekly loving.
Guys.
Thank
so
you.
much. Fast Traxel resubscribed for 5 months. I'm tired. Sorry, Fast Traxel.
Thank you.
Moriarty, 14 months. Thank you.
Moriarty.
Crearis, 22 months.
Thank you.
Magic Head Psych, resubscribe for 4 months. Enjoy your reactions and streams.
I love the name.
Me too.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
name.
Rebolt and Psych from Solo Star Wars Story.
Shut up.
They have Corellian hounds.
No, it's not Star Wars. Don't bring us back to Star Wars. I love it for other reasons.
This is what we've been dealing with for the past month, you guys.
All right, I can't read out while I have push-ups, but I'll ask a question instead.
I'll start reading out.
All right, do it.
Let me find where you were.
I was at,
Magic Head Psych.
yeah.
Somewhere here.
Enjoy your reactions and streams. Got that one. Rogue Phantom subscribed on Prime. Thank you. Colton MG gifted 5 tier 1 subs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry West 98 cheered 100 bits.
Thank you, Jerry.
Chazzy Black Onyx redeemed push-ups. And Diego redeemed squats.
No, skip a dose.
Okay.
OG
Let me-
Din has subbed or gifted a sub, so thank you. Anarista
Enerista.
subbed for 22 months. Go ahead, Cal.
22 months. Thank you. Canester has resubscribed for 14 months. Been a part of Blindway for almost 3 years now, and I've been a patron most of that time. Love watching the shenanigans you all get into. I'll be watching Schmoe down, and I wish you luck, Eric.
Oh,
the
thank you
night.
very much.
May the force be with you.
The night.
I got more squats.
Thank you.
Neeks has subscribed. Thank you, Neeks. Brother Tone has resubscribed Tier 3 for 46 months with a 46-month streak. Han shot first!
Nope. Nope.
Thegalon has resubscribed for 4 months. Steppen13 cheered 100 bits. What's up, Blindwave? I'm wanting you to try the Persona games, or I'm wanting to try the Persona games. Any suggestions on which one I should start with, Rick?
Depends what console you have. I would say Persona 4 is probably the most widely available, and certainly one of my favorites. So I'd say Persona 4.
Aaron A25 has resubscribed for 32 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fast Tracks will gifted a sub.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hayden has subscribed with Prime.
Thank you.
Arlen Kells has resubscribed for 4 months. Something react to something. Yay, 4 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come Mai has resubscribed for 4 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ghost Dad has resubscribed for 6 months. Let's go, boys!
Thank you.
Let's
you.
Waste Time Together has resubscribed for 15 months. Woo!
Thank you.
That's actually what he said. Felix has resubscribed for 18 months. Are you guys aware of the existence of Invincible? It's good.
Never heard of it.
Invisible?
Invisible?
Oh, I definitely
it's
haven't seen it.
The
If it
Bruce
is.
Willis movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Cryo-
Invincible, where he's like with Samuel L. Jackson and stuff.
Crossed over with that other movie.
Yeah.
Stitch,
Oh, yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
No, yeah, I've seen
Like the I See Dead People guy.
that one.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Cryo Nick has resubscribed, or has subscribed with Prime.
Thank you.
Stig Ove has resubscribed for 9 months. New show hype.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Jets has resubscribed for 2 months. Thanks for the hours of entertainment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bruin Something has resubscribed for 4 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mario's Acid has subscribed
Yahoo!
on a tier 3 sub. Diedrich has resubscribed for 2 months.
Oh, that's why he always wears his hat.
Maybe.
So I think I've heard of people like they put it like on their hat or on a bandana, and it's like where it touches their forehead.
Oh,
for
and they
acid.
like absorb it through their
Yeah.
skin. Holy shit!
Huh.
Never heard of that.
That's what I've heard before.
All right.
Pete Kachu has resubscribed for 3 months. 3 months hype.
Thank you.
I am Mufasa has resubscribed for 3 months. Alex
Thank
the
you.
Great has gifted a tier 1 sub.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
It's the Mac.
Kyliana gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you.
Kyliana.
Thank you.
Ranish has subscribed on a tier 1. Eddie the Head resubscribed for 19 months. Bog.
Thank you,
Thank
Head.
you very much.
Arlen Kells gifted 5 tier 1 subs.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arlen.
Atharv Awesome cheered 10 bits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sabotower cheered 25 bits. I don't even try hint hunts anymore. I'm too smooth brained.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Red Death gifted 5 tier 1 subs.
Thank you, Red Death.
Thank you.
Dominic Clote cheered 100 bits. So happy you started watching Barry. It'll be my 4th time. Please consider Skeleton Twins with Bill Hader.
Barry has been.
I've seen some of that.
I don't know that one. Barry has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you've never watched it and
love
you don't know
Barry.
what it's about or anything, like you should check it out and just start watching the first 2
Yeah.
episodes and see what you think, because it has been one of the shows that I've not been sure how to anticipate what's coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like sometimes shows I can be like, oh, I bet this is gonna happen, and then it does happen, and people are like, how the hell Aaron know this? He guessed, or he watched this before.
He's
He knows
seen this
he knows
before.
exactly what's happening, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, sometimes story beats just follow other patterns.
Yeah,
but
I
this
mean-
one, like, I'm like,
Yeah.
We
I don't
watched
know what to
felt like-
expect.
I was always reeling from the last thing. Then the next thing took me by surprise.
Yep.
It was
This
very,
arm is
very
bullshit.
good. Neeks gifted 50 tier 1 subs.
Thank you.
Thank
Wow,
you.
thank
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. And Dip602 is resubscribed for 39 months. 39 months since Rick loves tier lists. You guys should do a tier list of all the shows you guys have ever reacted to, with bottom tier only having Inhumans in it.
Man,
That'd be we should do that on a podcast.
Well,
that should be
oh,
a
man.
podcast.
would it be like individual, or do we have to come to a consensus?
I think we
'Cause
need to
feel like
talk-
there might be some.
I think we need to consensus it because there's some shows not all of us have been in.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
So in order to rank all the shows we've covered on the channel, like we all need to kind of discuss it together.
Yeah.
That could be a podcast tier listing.
That
just
could be
video.
a podcast by itself.
You know, like that's because you got to talk about all the shows, but you got to be careful with spoilers and stuff. That'd be so hard to do. but,
Yeah,
Eric
that
would
would
love
be difficult.
that.
like
Ranking things.
talking into it as much as we can without. Well, I mean, it's not.
We should do that, and then we should also do every game that we've streamed.
I think it's different from like ranking, but
Gosh.
it's also like when looking at these objectively, which ones reach like top par of all spots.
Yeah, like
versus,
you don't have to rank the S tier ones. It's just that they're in S tier
Yeah.
I'm fine with ranking
Yeah.
stuff like that,
kind of thing, you know?
as opposed to I because there's like, well, I have a negative and I have a positive, or negative and a positive. I
Yeah.
don't like to focus on the negative too much, and sometimes when you rank things, you gotta like, all right, well, how many negatives does this have?
Don't worry,
you know?
Eric. I'll focus on the negatives for you.
You could do that.
Like there's tier listings of like what people. I was watching a guy where he was ranking
Yeah.
a tier list of best Nuzlocke Pokemon games, right? Which ones are hardest to easiest. Whereas like we could do that with like shows, but it's not for Nuzlocke. It's just, in our opinions, what hits on all cylinders versus which ones are like these ones are a little less. You know, like,
Yeah.
that could be fun.
Big Blasian Boy has resubscribed for 6 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. 2 Bentham Kurai has subscribed with Prime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Free 1 has resubscribed for 27 months. Hype for ReZero, hoping for just kidding sometime in the future when it wins the Berserk poll.
Just kidding.
I don't know.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Well,
Go
thank
Free.
you so much, and thank you to everyone who is sticking around too with our podcast talk as we end everything instead of leaving. I wonder how many people left after I said kill a kill, and they're like, fuck, and they left. And then we say ReZero, and then they miss it. They should have stuck around. This is why you stay,
Yep.
because we fuck with people. Or at least I
Indeed.
do.
Mostly Aaron.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
When Rick convinces you.
Wait, damn it, there's more sit-ups.
Is there?
I do my last
just
10.
hit refresh.
Do my last 10. It says 9 minutes ago.
Maybe. Was it Lord K or Becky Setch?
Is that
yeah.
the end of it, Calvin?
That's all of them.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Blind White Podcast. We're going to be back tomorrow playing some Pokemon Randomizer, Leaf Green, Fire Red. It is a race. 2 people are still in the race, and the other 2 people are just there to have fun.
Yep.
If conjoined twins are on our Patreon, do they both need to pay to watch stuff early?
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
They share an account.
Bye, everybody.
Can't click fast enough.